We are back, ladies and gentlemen. No, Rudy, you got to run something by you because, like, for the first 2 months of the show, things were going smoothly. But now I can hear Brittany in my headphones. Why?
It's a problem.
Well, there's this whole thing out there right now. I mean, I know you saw the Miller Lite ad the other day about. And listen, we don't want any sort of like hubbub around here, so we just decided let's just finally turn her mic on.
And that's why I wore a bikini to work.
Is that why you're
Equal pay. Equal amount of clothing.
You cannot bring up bikinis. It's way out of line.
That's way out of line.
No question about it. God, Catherine had a couple of things she had to do yesterday, so I have not watched the national news now. It's coming up on a week.
Holy buckets.
And I feel much better about it because you do realize that they do drive us nuts. And they all do. MSNBC, CNN, you got Fox, you got, I don't know what Newsmax, there's one of those. They're in the business of making us uncomfortable so we'll feel better about watching them for all the info.
There are times when I go to somebody's house and they have the news on in the background, and especially national news, because national news skims, right? Like they skim and they know that they're just grabbing the top worst things and just throwing it at you. And there's like this negative mood when you're in.
Well, they all lie.
Yeah, so when you have that in the household, I feel like that just seeps into your skin. And don't get me wrong, you can't bury your head under the sand.
Right.
But we were talking about things when you hear about crisis and things you can do, and if you can do it, awesome.
Right.
And I think that is powerful. I mean, you were talking this morning about how powerful that can be, and I think there's something to that.
No, I think that's exactly right. But I be honest, I'll do a report. I'll make it a weekly report after this week, so that'd be good. But I'm 5 days away from watching the national news. It makes me much happy. There's only one problem you got, though. Because I watch the local news, which I like. I watch Channel 5, then I watch Frankie, my buddy.
Yeah.
But the only problem you got is if you start watching streaming, you better watch what you're watching on streaming, too. And I'll tell you why. Because I like a lot of reality shows, reality based on what actually is happening in the world, that kind of reality,
Okay.
right?
Not like my smut. Not like my Real Housewives.
No, not like that porn that you watch.
Just clarifying.
But so this looks really interesting. I mean, it's got a horrible name, but it looks really interesting. And the series is called While the Rest of Us Die. And I just thought, well, maybe this is about cleaning up the environment and, this would be pretty good. We can all work together and make it a healthier, happier place. Wasn't about that at all. The first episode, and I don't know how many episodes there are, but the first episode is about what a psychopath a-hole Bill Gates is. Do you know that he owns more land than anybody else on Earth?
I assume so.
But you know why he owns all that land?
I have no idea, and I'm scared.
From what they said on this show, the food we eat now is basically poison.
Oh, neat.
Because they've changed it so much to make more money that it's not healthy like it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, go back and watch old episodes, old footage of Woodstock.
Yeah.
Dude, men and women in their 20s, they were cut.
They were
super cut. And what's changed? And everyone goes, oh, it's fast food. I'm like, I don't eat fast food, and I'm still 20 pounds over. So what is it?
You're not 20 pounds over.
I'm about 20 pounds over.
But you have a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah.
How would you even lose 20 pounds? That would be hilarious.
You'd look like a scarecrow,
you
for
would
Christ's
be
sake.
tiny.
It looks like 5 miles of bad road under this sweatshirt, trust me.
Take it. I'm so
there
sorry.
You have it.
But you're right, Tom. It is. It's all the modified foods that we eat.
It's terrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's literally killing us, and no one cares. Yeah. You know how much money the government gets from these people? Oh, billions.
Sure.
Billions of dollars.
I know.
It's
scary.
all about the money. I don't care about you. I don't care about Rudy. I only care about how much money I'm going to make. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
How much is enough? So I'm trying to avoid negative news. And all that. It's a bitch. It's hard to stay. But this show is very well done. Bill Gates, what a scumbag that man is. Yeah. Oh. I didn't realize it. Did you know that?
He had a little bit of a couple of stints over on Epstein Island.
Oh, that's right. They brought that up too.
Yep, and I think his wife actually, that was part of the grounds of their divorce. Was he spent a little too much time on that island, and isn't there a thing that came out where he was trying to get it on with his secretary?
I think so.
And, yeah, and then finally, like his wife had found out, and it was a whole mess. But yeah, you're right. These nerdy guys who had, were getting wedgies in high school. Now they got a little bit of power.
Oh, yeah.
And they're taking it to the hilt, man. Yeah.
And Gates is a perfect example. He was a nerd his whole life as a kid, and now we're all paying for it.
Sure.
But I look, I'm not going to go on and on about it, but I will watch this because I would like to know, are we ever going to have healthy food again? Because these guys make so damn much money. And literally, apparently, they implied that there's a little special group of billionaires that gather, together once in a while. And they literally, this is what this show said, I'm not making this up, they literally talk about the fact that they shouldn't care about humans if they want that kind of success.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they obviously don't.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
that's so rough.
That's terrible.
They obviously don't already. That decision's
you're
been
right.
made. That
You're right.
decision's been made. If you're like fine with pumping just vile food into the world,
That's
affordable.
true.
And the funny thing is like you could be using some of this stuff to make just affordable food, period. And I'm sure maybe this stemmed from a good cause, right? Like, but there's things we just go, God, it's terrifying trying to figure out. I accept that I will eat garbage. I accept that.
Well, I think we all have to.
Right? But I am so protective of Gogo, and it might be just like postpartum anxiety. I don't want her eat. I don't know. It's just the one thing I can control with her right now. And I find myself being like, okay, Justin, we're eating this, but here's Gogo's dinner. It's far more expensive. Don't touch it.
Right.
Like this salmon I raised myself. All right. His name was Jay. You know what I mean? Like, you find yourself paralyzed with you don't know what to grab. And then the easy grab stuff, you start feeling guilty, and you shouldn't, because it shouldn't be like that. I don't know.
Did you go through what I went through with it? And it wasn't that he was a boy. It was just Andy was the firstborn. Mm-hmm. So by the time Alex came along, I was a little adjusted, but not totally. But Catherine literally reminds me once in a while. We're living in Maple Grove at the time on this little 5-acre farm.
Yeah. Andy
was born. And I'm going around the house, and I'm looking around outside and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And Catherine goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I feel this great responsibility to protect my family, you and Andy now. So I'm going to put a machine gun turret up." Honest to God, I was going to line the walls with lead. I was going to put a machine. I'm like, "You ain't coming near my family. I will take you out."
I don't know what it is. It was like pure hormones and just all these things. When she came out, and then the day we had to stay in the hospital a little longer, and then the day after they're like, "We need you to go to this pediatric appointment."
Right.
The idea of me getting in a car with her in a car seat.
Oh yeah.
I was like paralyzed. I ended up begging my mom. I didn't have to beg her. I was like, "Will you come with?" Whatever. And I'm like, I mean, you would have thought like everything was a threat, and I was just like, "We're gonna get T-boned right there, right in her baby seat," and it was like I could not turn those intrusive thoughts off for a while. And like it's probably got better like 2 months ago or so that I started kind of letting go and knowing she was going to be okay. But it was constant, just constant. Okay, and if like Justin was home alone with her and I texted him and he didn't text back, assume they're both dead.
I know.
All right.
I've been through it.
I don't have a
You've
family.
You've been through it, Rudy.
Oh, yeah. No, the slowest drive you'll ever make is that first one from the hospital to your house. That's the slowest drive you will ever make.
And you just go, what? Why are people driving like that? Oh, my. I think we got home on like a Wednesday, and I was like, it's Wednesday at 3? What the heck? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
We went out, like, my daughter Kinley was about maybe 2 months old, and we had gone out to like an outdoor, like an outdoor, like, park or something, and they had food trucks and whatnot, and there was kids throwing a baseball. They were 100 yards away from me, and I was like, if those little shits come over here, take that, I'll hit you with that ball, you little bastards. Yeah.
Everything's a threat. In our first walk, I was like, we have a busy road near us, Pioneer Trail, and crossing that felt like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And I was like, Justin, you stay on the right side of us, and then once we get to the other side, you go to the left. Like, you will get hit. She will survive, and you will get hit, Justin. Like,
take one for the team.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And so, that I'm glad to hear it from men, because I thought it was like just pure, just crazy science in my brain breaking down. But like hearing you say that kids throwing the ball thing, man, that's relatable.
Yeah, our doctor, Dr. Locker in St. Louis Park. I don't know, my daughter was probably 2-3 days old, and my daughter's mom had asked, like, hey, so would it be okay? I'm going to breastfeed, but it would be okay if I took a B12 supplement? It's not going to hurt the baby.
Oh, yeah.
And our doctor goes, listen, I have a baby photo of my mom holding a bottle propped up on her stomach, giving me the bottle while in one hand she has a cigarette and the other hand she has a martini.
There
and I'm
you
a
go.
doctor. So I think the B12 is going to be just fine.
Isn't it so true, man?
That's wonderful.
And I'm hoping if me and Justin have another kid, I'm able to enjoy that part of my life because it was, even while pregnant, I mean, we were looking things up. You would have, it's just wild. And you go, your bodies are so used to protecting that child. But that, bringing up that B12, I mean, things I was Googling and then trying to figure out, we had to supplement with formula. And I bawled about it. You would have thought, like, every day we were told that, like, she has to get, like, punched in the face the way I reacted to her just getting, they're like, okay, you're not producing enough milk. You have to supplement formula. And I was like, ah! And then Googling everything about and of course, absolutely fine. And now we're throwing formula at her left and right. Mm-hmm. But, like, and of course, there are babies that only have formula, and they're amazing and fine and perfect. But when you're just so hypersensitive about what you can control, it's like you can get thrown off so easily.
It's true. No getting around it. But you know what? I think it's good we talk about things like this.
Yeah.
Because you don't hear real-life stories anymore. You just hear the lies from the news and all these other shows.
Yeah.
I think it's very necessary. Like, you know, one thing and look, I hope people find justice and all the rest of it. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I've always wondered, and I've never talked to anybody about this because it's such a touchy subject, that racism in the world, okay, you take the world, the globe, racism has always existed, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not just because we live here, but a lot of focus of racism is on America now. I mean, there just is. There's more focus on America as a racist country than any other country in the world. But if you read your history, and I'm not saying it was right at all. That's not what I'm saying. It's just, I would go after the bad guys first and then everybody else after that. United States of America was the last country in the world involved in slavery and the first one to get out. Mm-hmm. Now, shouldn't we get some, not we, because I wasn't there. I also don't want to take the blame for something somebody did 200 years ago. And I'm not going to, because it had nothing to do with me or my family. Mm-hmm. But I would think that there'd be some, I'm not saying anybody should be grateful even, but I think we got involved, and again, we, just because it's America, got involved in something we should have never gotten involved in, realized very quickly we should have never been involved in, and got the hell out. Now, that's not to say that people were treated equally after that. That's not what I'm saying. Uh-huh. But I just think, if you want to look at the bad guys, let's look at the entire Eastern Hemisphere, which about 80% of it still has slavery. Let's help everybody. And the problem we have is our politicians are going along with that whole deal because they're trying to buy votes. Mm-hmm. We have a bad system here in that every group bitches about something, and the politicians all figure out where they're going to get the next votes, and that's who they'll support. It's got nothing to do with who's right. It's who's going to support me so I can make more money. Is everything in the world about money? I mean, literally everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's even on a micro sense too. I mean, just think about when a family member dies.
Oh yeah.
It causes so much friction in between people. I mean, there's people. Yeah, like there's people are on their deathbeds. They're not even. They haven't even kicked the bucket yet, and there's already family members arguing about who gets what and where's the inheritance going to go. And I hate the fact that I have 3 stepbrothers or 2 stepbrothers and a stepsister, and then I have me and my sister, and there's a lot of like. Hush hush at the table about what's going to happen if my mom dies first or if my stepdad passes away first. And I hate it. I hate the fact that I have to, get into these arguments with people, or even the fact that it's a thing. I don't even care about it. I don't want the money. You guys figure it out. And, well, hang on, let me rephrase that. I don't not want the money. But
just for legal purposes, yes. He's not saying, he's not giving away his rights. Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. So what do you think of all this, Brittany? I mean, can't we ever get to a point where, look, we're doing the best we possibly can. You're supporting your child. You're supporting your child. I'm supporting my children. We love them. I love my wife, all the rest of it. I think there has to be a balance. People talking about the positive things in life, maybe on this show.
Yeah.
Because everywhere else, it's just so incredibly negative and horrible. And most of it is not true. Again, I was watching this show While the Rest of Us Die. The very same people who are chirping the loudest about how we've got to do something about gasoline, we've got to do something about your gasoline stove, these are the same people that are poisoning us with their horseshit food.
No,
Isn't that amazing?
I think it is. It's about where you put yourself, who you surround yourself with that that positivity. I mean, yesterday I had a beautiful talk on the phone with one of our mutual friends. And I had
don't have any friends.
Well, I mean, he's actually your friend that I used you to get closer to because he's so lovely.
Okay.
Steve. And great guy, Steve and Tatiana and Michael, and we were reminiscing about our trip to Dominican, and I just thought, wow, that was such a fun talk. And then today I'm going to lunch with that Taylor Price who called in.
Oh yeah, Taylor called in. Yeah.
Called in. Me and his mom are going to lunch because I found out that I actually knew his mom, which was such a small world.
Really?
I was next to her.
Oh, that's right.
On a plane ride to Wilson.
Right.
So we're going to lunch. And I feel so annoying sometimes because
You are annoying.
I am annoying.
So it's a good thing you feel it.
Because there's times in my life I haven't been very positive, but I always found myself just surrounded by people that I'm like, okay, people ask about Go-Go, people ask about Justin, and I go, if I can keep surrounding myself with people that are just positive and I can deal with the hard stuff when it comes, but like you just have to avoid people that feel toxic to you and whatever that means.
Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
See you leave. No, please don't. Please.
Get out,
I'm death gripping to your coattails.
Yeah.
My hands are bleeding. So yeah, and like our listeners write in all the time.
Phenomenal.
Write in.
I want to hear more of that, by the way, because I love that when they reach out.
So fun.
I don't go on social media, but I hear social media is really very pleasant and positive.
Rudy's killing it with the videos. Yes, he has got such funny videos he posts, and then we always put the whole YouTube things, the whole show on YouTube. But yeah, I just feel really stupid lucky right now. I'm in such a fun part of our life, and I was on a run yesterday with Go-Go, and I was like, I have to acknowledge this might be the best point in my life.
Could be.
And if I could be aware of it, I would be really lucky if I can tap into reminding myself when I'm sleep deprived. Yes.
We all have to do that, Brittany. That's exactly what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And this is not to make stuff up or kiss ass, that's not what I'm talking about. But I would love to just get as far away from these lying, money-grubbing scumbags as I possibly can. Which is one reason I came to work for the Hubbards, because they do very well, but they're not money-grubbing scumbags. Oh, no support from either of you. Okay.
I agree with you. I just don't have... You just always have to, also attack somebody else.
No, it's only Ginny. She's the only one I'm attacking, and that's just how it is. Now, we do have to get moving on, but I just think... Well, let me say this before we move on, because I'm having one of those days because a dear friend of mine, and I don't know if it's public yet, but one of our coworkers lost his mother yesterday.
Aww.
And, I don't want to say who it is because I don't know if it's out there totally.
Don't.
His mom died, I believe she was 96 years old. How wonderful is that? Lived a nice, long life. And don't start crying when I tell you what I told him.
Okay, I'm not going to start crying, but we definitely can never talk about losing moms ever again after this. So.
I know. You're right about that. I still hate it to this day.
I know.
But my mother died in 2008. She died on Easter Sunday, too, which is, she's this big-time Catholic, and so God has to take her on Easter Sunday. Didn't even get to her basket yet, and she was gone.
Stop.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
So I exchanged messages with our friend, one of our coworkers, as a matter of fact, and we're going back and forth. He talked about how much he adored his mother and she loved him and all the rest of it. And I just texted him back. I said, I want to tell you something. My mother died in 2008 on Easter Sunday, and every single day, I think about how much I love my mother, but more importantly, how much she loved me.
Stop.
It's true.
Stop.
I think about that every day. And you know how much that helps me get through life? I knew you'd start crying.
I'm not crying,
Yes,
okay?
you are.
I'm not crying. I haven't
knew
slept
you
enough
would.
to produce tears. But I'll tell you this, man. I asked you this before, and I think about it with anybody when you lose somebody so close. Anything good happens to me, I call my mom. Anything bad happens to me, I call my mom. I mean, my mom is, I hate that she's my best friend because I feel kind of pathetic being like, who's your BFF? And like me and my mom, and I shop with my mom. My mom's coming back Memorial Day weekend, and I'm so excited. I don't know what I would do with not having that person, and I think that
you're gonna hate it.
That daily reminder of something happening and not having that person,
I know.
It's done.
But
I'm gonna relapse. I don't care.
But you realize you're gonna start boozing it up. You're gonna start boozing it up again.
I'm planning a relapse
that's
just
a good idea.
in advance,
But
just
see,
like a heads up. Take that week off for me.
That's what makes life so important and so wonderful.
Yeah.
Because you can look back. The two of you are very lucky. You still have your mothers. You adore your mothers. Whether you think you're revealing it or not, it's very easy to tell you adore your mothers. But I think that's a very, very important thing to do in life now, particularly if you sit down and watch the news or read a news, all the negativity that's going on. Just think for 1 minute a day about all the people that love you and how wonderful that is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I always think about the Eddie Vedder lyric from Pearl Jam, "Breathe," where he goes, "I'm a lucky man to have on both hands the ones I love."
There you go.
It's a great lyric.
It's a wonderful
Yeah.
lyric. That's
Yeah, that's
exactly what I'm
amazing.
talking about, too. Enjoy the good. You know what? Piss on these billionaire jackasses and politicians and this and that and the other thing. I had the greatest mother on earth. So good. If that's all I ever got out of life, which is I got a hell of a lot more, but if all I ever got out was my mother's love, I don't give a rat's ass. I'm good.
That's more than most.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I shouldn't say more than most, but you should count yourself lucky. That's the amount of love she gave you got you through a lot.
No question. And I'm glad we're talking about this because you don't hear this anywhere else.
No.
You just don't.
Well, I think the biggest thing, because Brittany and I are probably that last generation of kids that had grandparents that passed away, the hardest thing about my grandfather dying when I was 16 is that I forgot what his voice sounded like.
Oh, really?
And that was that was the hardest thing is I can't remember what it sounds like because there's no video. Like my grandfather was never the guy who was he never had the camcorder or anything. But there are thousands of hours of me online doing stand-up, of us doing podcasts, Tom, of you on video, Brittany, of you posting stuff online.
Yeah.
Our kids will never not have
That's
us
true.
around. There's so many videos of us, doing whatever it is and pictures. I have none of that stuff for my and I think we're that last generation of kids that we forgot what people sounded like or their mannerisms, but
I'm a lucky man. You know why? I'll never forget what my mother sounded like. You know why that is, Brittany?
I think her AD is her initials.
You
AD.
got it. My mother sounded exactly like Amy Daniels. They have the same voice. Listen, you jackass.
That is. Have you ever had a voicemail of somebody who's passed or a message from and you're so scared you're gonna lose it? One of my friends had that, and she was so scared, and I was like, okay, give me your phone. First thing we're gonna send it to me, and then we're gonna save it in 45 spots. And I just remember, like, she was just so happy. It was her father's voicemail he'd left her, and it wasn't anything exciting. He was like, this and this happened to you, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was the last scrap she had of him.
There
And
you
you're
go.
right. There wasn't any video or anything like that. I mean, yeah. So I'm glad we're starting with an upper.
No, I think we're going to do that. Not we, but I'm going to do it a lot. And you guys, I don't think are going to have any problem doing it. I'm sick to death of it all. After watching how they're poisoning us just so they can make more money, they're lying to us so they can get elected. They're lying to us just so they can get paid a lot of money for something they were never involved in the first place. You guys live that life.
Yeah.
I literally sat down, and my wife got back to town. I adore my wife. Jude acted like he was in goddamn heaven. Yeah. Oh, my God. He was so happy to see you yesterday. I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
I know, little baby Judy was
Oh,
so cute.
God, that dog went nuts.
Betrayal, though.
It's Brittany.
My dogs, I got home, and they're like, bitch, you said you're going to work? Why do you smell like Jude? And I was like, I'm
There
sorry.
you go. It's true. Oh, God, we got to take a break here. I should do a little weather, though. Smoke-filtered sunshine.
What?
You can tell by, the sun. You saw the sun driving in this morning, right?
Yeah, did you see the...
It's very smoky.
Yeah.
It is. You got the red sun from the
Yeah.
smoke. Smoke-filtered sunshine cooler. I love this cooler with a high of only 74.
We'll take it.
Works for me, baby. That's all I got to tell you. Thursday, breezy with scattered showers, thunder possible. Not severe, though, with a high of 71. Friday, blustery and much cooler. Of course it is, because I was going to play golf on Friday. So now it's going to be windier than the sunbitch with a high of 60. God does this to me on purpose, if there is a God. You see what I'm saying?
All around golf.
All around.
This is too relatable.
It's true. Saturday, mostly sunny and warmer with a high of 74. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high of 76. So great weather. Friday, I mean, it's still going to be 60, but it's going to feel cold because of that wind. Such is life. So it's 51. Well, let me check. Yeah, it's 52 now. 52 and sunny now. We'll take a break, be right back. A little news coming up. We got one of the best, KB2, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I love that when she's on Tuesdays with Catherine.
Yeah.
The two of them, they're a piece of work. But, yeah, she is up next right after this. Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Mike Lindell and MyPillow are launching the MyPillow 2.0. When Mike invented MyPillow, it had everything you could ever want in a pillow. Now, nearly 20 years later, he discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. The MyPillow 2.0 has the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, and now with a brand new fabric that is made with a temperature-regulating thread. The MyPillow 2 is the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow that you will ever own. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night. And more great news on the MyPillow 2.0. Buy one, get one free offer with the promo code TOM. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine. Our listeners, they come up to me and they go, God, I bought MyPillows, man. I love them. I said, oh, did you use a promo code? No, I don't use promo codes. Like, good. So I get no credit at all.
Okay, but also...
No, I understand.
No. I was going to say that's not very Minnesotan of them because we're all about bragging about deals.
Well,
like
that's
if somebody
true,
tells
yes.
me, oh my God, your shirt's cute, I'd go 40% off, got it at Kohl's. Like, so tell them they're not being very Minnesotan. How dare they?
Yeah, but they are being, like, supportive of my whole attitude.
So you're not going to yell at them?
No, I am not.
Shocking.
That listen to the show or buy
Fine.
MyPillows, no. MyPillow 2.0 with its temperature-regulating technology is 100% made in the USA, comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. You know, the other great thing about MyPillows, and this is true, you cannot be smothered to death with a MyPillow. Did you know that?
That is such
That's true.
you comment that you can't, like that.
You can't.
And they're weird that they're not going to put that in the ad for you.
It's right here. I just read it right off the page. There's no doubt about it.
You can't be these are murderless pillows.
There are murderless pillows on top of it. Just go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio podcast square to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. You got to use the promo code, though. If you buy one, you get one free if you just tell them Tom sent you. Just when you thought MyPillow couldn't get any better, MyPillow 2.0 gives you the best pillow ever. Enter promo code Tom or call 800-516-5146 to get your MyPillow 2.0s now.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. If you've been hurt in a car collision, it's traumatic enough. You don't need to waste time and energy on the legal stuff. Think of us as a partner who will guide you through the process. First off, you need to recover, but part of that is getting the compensation you deserve. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we'll work hard so you can get the rest you need during the trying months after a personal injury. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we understand how important it is to make our clients comfortable, so we build each client relationship on the pillars of honesty and transparency. Don't miss out on what's rightfully yours. We'll go to bat for you. For your free case consultation, please visit MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. That's MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com. I'm Mike Bryan, and I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to Bradshaw & Bryant.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com.
With Mike Bryan.
left on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Hey folks, Judd Zulgad here, and you know, the unofficial start of summer is just 2 weeks away. You could lose up to 10 pounds by Memorial Day with Livia's doctor-recommended program. Look and feel your best with the weight loss program voted #1 in Minnesota. Receive personalized and guided support from Livia's team of experts. Join today and receive 3 months free. What are you waiting for? Get summer ready with Livia. Call today, 855-GO-LIVIA, or visit livia.com. You know, I lost 40 pounds more than a year ago now with the help of my friends from Livia, and here's the most important thing. Their nutritionists and dietitians also help you keep the weight off. We've all lost weight before. The question is, can you keep the weight off? And with Livia, their program, the answer is most definitely. Start your success today and get summer ready. Call 855-GO-LIVIA or visit livia.com. That's LIVEA.com. Join now and receive 3 months free. That's right. Call now, 855-GO-LIVIA, or visit livia.com and receive 3 months free. Come to Livia to experience life-changing weight loss.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your response. A lot of nice messages from what I understand.
Yeah, we got one that said, it's pretty mad at you, Tom. Rick.
Oh, you have great messages, Tom. There's one guy that's really pissed off at you.
Super mad at you.
He's
he wrote,
upset? Okay.
Come on, Tom. Kristyn is the best, not one of the best.
Okay, and you should be mad at me for that. You're absolutely right. KB the second.
And then there's some Listen to Elvis song, The Wonder of You. It's about our mothers. That's Peter from Brainerd.
Yes, I know the song. My mother loved Elvis Presley too, by the way, Peter. She loved Elvis.
Let's see. And then a couple about just like loving to stop and think about our moms, and then asking about Doug Sprinthal.
Sprinty.
He said that he switched to a different job.
He starts this week, I believe. I believe he started this week.
Yeah, what?
Dougie's a great guy. I'm gonna miss doing spots with Doug. There's no doubt about that. So hopefully we can figure something out and start working together again, because he is one of the nicest people I've ever met.
There you go.
Don't tell him I said that, though.
I would never.
Good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the first thing I look up at this morning pisses me off already.
Oh, good.
Public schools might ban chocolate milk.
Telling me why.
I'm hoping it's not the sugar, but
I'm sure it's the
the
sugar.
way politics in this country are headed now, it's probably because it's brown milk, so we shouldn't do that.
Shut up.
I wouldn't doubt
you're
it.
So
I
dramatic.
wouldn't doubt it for one
That's
second.
not at all it. I'm sure it's the
I hope
sugar.
you're
I bet
right.
it's like the equivalent of pop, the sugar.
Well, then we should only drink white milk.
Shut up.
You know that's how they think now.
Nobody's saying that.
Politicians are.
No, they're
I'm here to
not.
tell you. Let's call Tim Walls and see.
Stop.
I've got chocolate milk. What do you think of that, gov?
Be honest. What's your stance on
What's your
chocolate
stance?
milk, man?
Hey, it's getting so crazy. I know I'm messing around with you guys, but it's getting crazy enough that is even a possibility.
Tell me why they're banning chocolate milk.
You're going to have to figure it out for yourself.
I will not.
Okay. Here's the only story on your 10-year-old that your 10-year-old care about today. They might ban chocolate milk. According to the Wall Street Journal, the Department of Agriculture is thinking of removing chocolate milk from public cafeterias, along with all other flavored milks, because they have more sugar. So it is because of the sugar.
Sugar.
But it's, it's brown sugar. So that's the problem, because...
And no, it's not brown sugar. You
I know it's
it's
not.
going to be like,
Ooh, that'd be good, though. Chocolate milk with brown sugar in it.
ooh, zooey mama.
That'd be even better, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Strawberry milk.
It is
I
good.
hate how much. Don't you give me a little grimace.
No, man, no. Listen, overweight 8-year-old fat Rudy loved chocolate milk with a little bit of brown sugar in it.
Oh, God, that must have been good.
Did you ever drink strawberry milk?
Oh, the best.
Oh, it was
Good stuff.
so good.
It's true. People in favor of a ban say it could keep kids healthy and lower rates. So not having a glass of chocolate milk a day is going to keep you healthy. What a ridiculous argument that is.
I mean, isn't those little containers? I mean, how much are there in those little cartons?
What, 6 ounces maybe?
I would even think it would be less
Maybe
than
4
that.
ounces.
Yeah,
You
they're
might be
just
right.
teeny
Yeah.
little cardboard.
Yeah, they are.
That eventually you cut open and you plant something in. That's what we did all this
Oh,
in
yeah.
school.
Oh,
They got this
sweet.
little pea pod thing.
They say people in favor of the ban say it could keep kids healthy, lower rates of childhood diabetes. People say against it say chocolate milk is still a net benefit because of all the calcium, potassium, and vitamin D,
Yeah.
which was my argument, if you remember from the very beginning.
Right, you stated that exactly.
And if their only option is regular milk, kids might not drink it at all. That would be me. I don't like milk.
Yeah.
I like chocolate milk, but I don't like. I mean, I'll eat milk on like cereal, that kind of deal.
We weren't a milk family.
No, we weren't either.
But when I go up north.
Oh, they're milk families up north, baby.
Literally. So they have these giant glasses, and they say, "What do you want? Chocolate, regular, or half and half?" They have like split in there and I'm like, neither. I will poop my pants in front of you guys if I drink a giant gallon of milk.
That's good to hear, isn't it?
My cheap ass ex-stepdad, every time I'm like, can I have some chocolate milk? He's like, well, if you pour it with half white milk, yeah.
Is it chocolate milk? I didn't even know it was more expensive than milk.
Well, it was his way of saving a nickel. It was like, come on, man, really? What are we going to be, the Rockefellers because I mixed half white milk and half chocolate milk? Like, Jesus, just let me drink the diesel. I'm 8. Leave me alone.
Also, like, if I'm going to indulge, I don't do halvesies, okay? Yeah. I'm going to take a full-on shot of chocolate milk and enjoy it. I want, like you said, 100%. And yes, again, I will poop myself. It's fine.
We want you only drinking honky milk from now on. That's all I'm saying.
Like, I get Go-Go, this, like, whole fat yogurt. And like I'm like, I better try some, or clean your spoon up, and I'm like, it's cream, it's so good.
You know what I'm going to do? Instead of drinking milk at all, if I can't drink chocolate milk, I'm going to stop drinking milk and only have Yasso bars.
Oh, Yasso bars
Aren't they
so
phenomenal?
Good.
There's like dairy in there somewhere, isn't there?
Yeah, and you gotta let them.
Sure.
You gotta let them sit out for like a couple.
Because they're too hard.
They're too hard.
They get very hard. That's
and then
true.
if you're like me and has got attention issues, all of a sudden there'll be a melted puddle. My husband will say, "What's going on with this?"
Yeah.
I'll say, "I forgot I took that out."
I've been there. KB2, you like Yasso bars?
Oh, we got to turn. Hang on, we got to turn off my. Your
got him.
You got him. Okay, there we go.
You got it. You covered?
Nope.
Nope. That didn't work.
Oh,
I got his off.
It's Brittany's.
Oh, there we go.
There you go, Brittany.
I got both ours.
Can you handle this job or not?
Yours was also on.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not.
Yasso, it was.
Yasso.
Sounds a lot better.
Sea
it was
salt
an echo
caramel.
chamber before.
I'm going with the chocolate fudge and the sea salt caramel with the Yasso bars.
That sounds so good.
It's phenomenal.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've never had one, so I need to try one.
100 calories, very low fat, and they're delicious.
I don't count calories, but
Well, why would you?
People do. I think it gets obsessive, so I count like protein, like how much protein I get in a day.
Good idea. There's no question. You've never had a weight problem, though. I can tell by looking at you. You're like a
I
little
come from
puppet.
petite, very petite stock. My mom's petite.
How tall are you?
5'3".
Well, that's not petite. Well, a little, maybe.
Short. It's definitely short.
Oh, is it really? How tall is the average woman now?
I think the average woman's like 5'5". I mean, like if I have to buy pants,
that makes sense.
If I buy like normal pants, I have to go to the tailor and get them hemmed. Because for 5'3", you get like 6 more inches of jeans than you need.
See, what I love is the fact that my wife is 5'11" and can dunk a basketball. I really like that about her. But how tall are you, Britt?
I am somewhere between 5'9" and 5'10".
So you and Catherine are about the same size.
Oh, yeah. We're both very tall.
Yeah, you are, no doubt. Can you dunk a basketball?
Obviously.
I knew it. She's going to show us how it's done.
They're probably also good at volleyball.
No. I wish I was. Our whole family would go up north, and we play it. My mom is a Phi Ed teacher, so she'd constantly be like, okay, nope, just with the knees and the arm. I'd be like, shut up, Mom! I'd storm off. So, no, I was not good.
Catherine was a runner in high school.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's running high school. But I will tell you something, and I adored this woman. You know it's true. About 5'11", and I think she weighed about 45, 50 pounds because she was a runner. It's like, Jesus, would you eat something for Christ's sake?
You can eat anything.
Yeah.
She was like a
when
pretzel
you're running,
person.
you can eat anything.
Oh, no, you're right. You're absolutely. But she was skinny.
It's so fun. Our neighbor, McKenna, she'll be 15 here in a couple days, but she's 6'3" or 6'4".
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Watching her play volleyball is the most epic thing in the world.
Yeah.
And they're so aggressive and it's just awesome.
Have you ever gone over to the U and watched them play volleyball?
It's amazing.
It's phenomenal. You ever done that, Rudy?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's great.
Yeah, there's 3 sports I would much rather watch women participate in. That's gymnastics, volleyball, and women's MMA. The best. Yeah.
Really? Women's? I've never seen women's MMA. Kristyn, when's the last time you beat the piss out of someone?
I've never been in a fight.
Like, there's a shock.
What?
What? Never? Me either. So you and I have that in common, so that's good.
I love it.
I've never even argued with anyone.
That I haven't been like fighting on the playground.
But isn't that weird for a person from Boston to not be? Well, you're not really from Boston. You're from Massachusetts, though.
Right. I'm from like the suburbs.
Yes.
And listen, I never even got a detention. My parents never grounded me. I was the kid that was so good.
I'm so pure. You're
No, my mom
unbelievable.
said, like, she's like, when you were little, she's like, I wouldn't hear from you for hours. And she'd be like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just reading my books. You can leave me alone.
Oh, my God.
I was that kid.
I'm going to go home and yell at Andy and Alex just for not being Auntie KB2.
Don't worry, my brother made up for it.
Oh, yeah, right. There you go. Where is your brother living now?
He is in Miami.
Oh, he is. I thought he was, yeah. I thought that's true. Did you ever go visit him?
I haven't seen him in a bit. I just saw him. I just saw him when I was in Florida in March.
Oh, that's right. You came down. That's right.
Yeah, I forgot. I was like, wait,
You went
I just
down
saw
there
him.
in March. Well, see, that's a good thing. I like that a lot. Okay, so basically, before you launch into the report, I was just talking about this new show I was watching on. It's on streaming somewhere, but I don't know what channel it's on. I have no idea. But it's called While the Rest of Us Die. This show so far is about all these billionaire pricks that are making products that are killing us just to make money, and no one cares. Isn't that amazing?
Well, that's about right.
Well, I think it's absolutely right. But it's hard to watch, and you do carry it with you. But so have you ever heard of this show?
Was this the show you were mentioning yesterday
I think so.
Yes, and we talked briefly about it maybe with Bill Gates.
Yes, that's exactly the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, on The Family, we spoke about it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was on The Family. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
But
I was
it's
like,
just
I know I saw you a lot yesterday.
because I'm avoiding. And Catherine was absolutely right. I've been 5 days off of watching either Fox, CNN, MSNBC. I don't watch the national news anymore, and I'm a much happier person because all they do on those stations is lie.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're getting biased opinion, and as we said,
Yep.
stick to the neutral news sites, and that's all you need to know. You know, especially when you get to the voting booth, you need to know what the issues are and informing your own opinion, nobody else's opinion.
I've decided that because right now our buddy Frank works at Channel 4, and our buddy Chris, who's on the next hour, is on Channel 5. And other than that, no one exists in my world. That's my news world now. That's it, right?
That's perfect. That'll be good for you.
Because they do both channel local news here. They don't avoid the news; they'll give you the news, but they don't also drudge things up to make you feel uncomfortable. So I like that.
Yeah, and that's why people should support their local papers, their local news.
Well, not the local papers
You
around
don't
here.
want those to go away. Let's be honest.
I do. I want the newspapers to go away. They've been horrible to me now for 52 years.
What did
away
you do
from
to
me.
them?
Oh, I succeeded. I was a poor kid who succeeded. Usually that's a good thing, but not here. Then you're just a pain in the ass. You're not going along with the system. You're supposed to stay poor.
Is the Star Trib giving you trouble still?
They always have. I mean, from day one, they always have. There have been a couple of nice articles in there. I know a couple of the reporters are nice people. But, yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff is just, it's so. Remember when people used to be happy for you if you came from nothing and you became successful? Like an Elvis Presley. My mother loved Elvis Presley because he came from nothing and became a superstar. She loved that about him. The fact that he with no chance to make it, he still made it. That's the American dream, isn't it?
It is. You know what? It's harder to have that American dream.
Oh, God, yes. It is. And people are pissed off at you if you do live the American dream. They don't like that crap, which is unfortunate. But so what's going on in the biz?
I thought of you yesterday when ABC announced their fall schedule, and I thought, oh, my gosh, Tom is going to freak out. They announced only unscripted shows to start the fall because of the writer's strike.
No, I can't.
No, it's unbelievable. I looked at this and I was shocked. I'm pulling this up just so everyone, like Mondays, you know, they're moving Dancing with the Stars back to ABC. It's still going to be on Disney Plus, but they're going to run it concurrently because they need content. They're going to do The Golden Bachelor, which is the Bachelor series, the dating series, but for boomers. They're doing boomers.
Really? What's the youngest boomer now? I don't even know.
What era's boomer?
No, who's the youngest boomer now? Are they like mid 60s or something?
59 to 77 years old is what the boomer.
59.
So
Okay.
like the early 60s would be, because there's like a weird like generation that's stuck between boomers and Gen X.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, I think they call, I don't know if they're the silent generation.
What about the millennials? Where do they come in?
They're 27 to 42.
Oh, so there's a little crossover. Not really.
No.
And then you've got Gen Z and the Alpha Gen. So
Alpha Gen, what the hell is that now?
Britt should know she's got an alpha in her house.
Oh, the little babies now are
They're
Alpha Gen?
Babies.
They're born between 2010 and 2024.
Really?
Yeah. So she's on the young side of the Alpha Gen. I didn't even know that. Gen Alpha.
I didn't know that either.
We talk a lot. I talk a lot about, because they're starting to already mention like the Alpha Gen in terms of what that means for entertainment and things like that. Gen Z is kind of the core right now. They're the ones like driving the entertainment, but Alpha's nipping at their heels.
Yeah, Gogo's been writing a lot of screenplays.
Has she? Yeah.
They're extremely racist and closed-minded, so we're trying to
Typical.
keep them, still ground. But we're working on it.
But she's also on strike right now, so
Go-Go's on strike.
goes on strike with her little baby, like
Holds up her dirty
signs
diaper.
that she's
That'll be
writing this
wonderful.
week. But listen, the only thing that's scripted that is on ABC's schedule for fall, and we are talking a full Monday through or Sunday through Monday, however you want to do the week, Monday through Sunday schedule, is Abbott Elementary repeats on Wednesday. That is it.
But I've seen those already.
I'm telling
I
you.
know.
I love that show.
ABC is predicting that not only is it going to be a long strike, but that a lot of production will be delayed. We're probably not going to see a lot of new shows or even our old favorites coming back until mid-season because of those production delays.
So what are we supposed to do? Go outside and get exercise? Damn it.
Yes, we're
Gross.
supposed to not watch TV. But as predicted, I know we mentioned this on the family, but just to update everyone, the Tony Awards are going to go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
They struck an agreement with the Writers Guild. It's going to be completely unscripted. Anything they've written ahead of time that before the writer's strike has been completely tossed. So it's going to be an ad-lib Tony Awards, which will be fine, I think, because they have performances to like sort of lean on. Daytime Emmys have been postponed until after the strike is over. So we're just seeing live shows at this point postponed or figuring something out. But the Writers Guild said they won't strike the Tony Awards because the Tony Awards need the box office dollars. So
Yeah, I could see that. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's how it drives ticket sales. So that's kind of like where we stand right now in week 3 of the writer's strike. But nobody has gone back to the table, just in case anyone was wondering. So we are already feeling the effects. And now that we're seeing the upfronts, it's not pretty because unscripted's going to rule the day.
Are they in a big battle over, are they really far apart?
They are very far apart.
Yeah, that's
In
what I
fact,
heard.
they were so far apart that they, on the very night where they announced the strike, they quit. They had until midnight. They quit at 8 p.m. They're like, we're not even close. So we're just
forget
going to
it.
strike.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the Writers Guild that announced the strike. It was the producers on the other side that were
Yeah.
like, we're just not close. They're going to go on strike.
Unfortunately, I just noticed one thing I will tell you, having everybody up on the screen now, you're looking at them, you make eye contact with people and all the rest of it. I really like that, except for one thing that I did learn is that you and Catherine have been lying to me, that you actually are sisters. You do the same hand motions, you mess with your hair like she does. Honest to God, you two act exactly the same. It's weird.
Yesterday, I should have put on my jean jacket yesterday during the family because I was like, I could totally look like KB1 if I wanted to.
You do. You guys look a lot alike.
I just
You're a
need to
little
like
older
cut
than
my hair a little bit, and I think we're good to go.
But you got to do this too. So I was down there, and I talked to the guy, and he told me, you and Catherine, yeah, doing that one. Oh, I just noticed something. This has gotten a little too big for me. I might have to stop wearing this.
Oh, I'll take it.
I think it might be a little big for you.
I'll make
too.
it into like a cute little dress thing.
Okay, good.
Can I take a sidebar
Nope,
and ask
you're out of the
Kristyn
mix.
something? You're gonna hate this.
You're out of the mix.
I know I'm gonna love it. I already know.
Are
Oh,
you
you do?
excited for Scandival, the finale?
What is
Tonight's
that?
the night. This is what everyone's been waiting for on Bravo TV. This is the big deal. This is the finale, the season finale of Vanderpump Rules. Now, last week was supposed to be the season finale. It is this week. They had to add on footage because there was so much that was unfolding, and they had already finished production at the time, and there'll be 3 episodes of a reunion coming in the next few weeks, and then an additional like outtakes episode beyond that. So we've got another month after this week. But I think that the big deal on this, this has become such a cultural like touch point. And I know that this sounds crazy, especially to people who don't watch the show, but there will be college courses on this. I promise you. The first time it comes up, I'll be like, I told you so. Just because the psychology of like how the public has reacted, and how reality shows have really, sort of been entrenched into people's lives.
Yeah, they're weaving in and out. And it's really interesting, Tom, because, I won't go into detail about what happened, but this gentleman, his name's Tom Sandoval, he had built he's built a restaurant and been a part of another restaurant on the fact of I'm popular on this reality show.
Oh, okay.
And then his public opinion has gone down the drain because he did this terrible cheating thing with his longtime girlfriend, who's very likable, best friend, and they have footage of everything, which is wild, right?
Why?
Because they were filming and they were secretly having this affair. And so then begs the ethical question, is it okay to, if he built this on his goodwill and his popularity with reality show, can his whole business fall apart because of that same thing, that all of a sudden now everybody hates him?
Yeah, if they walk on him, he's screwed.
Yeah, and so it's really interesting.
Yeah, and his business, their newest business, because he and his business partner, it's the two Toms, their restaurant is Schwartz and Sandy's out here in Los Angeles, and it is struggling. Yeah. It is struggling big time when the other 3 restaurants that they've all sort of worked at or have a share in are doing extremely well. In fact, Britt, I'm going to Pump tomorrow night. I wish you were here.
And I thought Pump was going under.
It is. It's open until July 5th, so we're doing a farewell cocktail pumptini night tomorrow.
Pumptini!
If you want to fly out, you can come to my closet and broadcast in the morning. And
that word should be against the law. Don't ever pump teen. Jesus.
Will you guys please do a Tom Barnard show in Los Angeles so that we can
do have to do that. Yep.
I mean, I want to take you and Rudy and Britt to like Sir and
okay,
Tom.
One more question. Is Sir's food as bad as everyone says it is?
It's terrible.
What is it now?
It's a restaurant owned by Lisa Vanderpump. And like,
the food is really mediocre. The atmosphere is fun. You're totally there for the Instagram photos. The drinks have always been solid. And I think if you just stick to appetizers, you're good. But when you start getting into the entrees, you're like, I just spent like $50 on an entree that was really mediocre. I could have made a better meal at home.
I hate that.
And to add to this, by the way, Hulu is doing a documentary May 22nd called The Randall Scandal, which plays off of this whole Vanderpump Rules. He is a movie producer who was engaged to one of the other characters. And let me tell you, everybody is talking about this. So we'll talk about that as we get a little bit closer, but it's going to be juicy.
That means 22nd, we have the Randall Scandal. 23rd, we have Teresa Giudice's wedding with her $7,000 hair. And the 24th, we have the reunion of Vanderpump
She
Rules.
pronounces her name Giudice?
Yeah.
Or Giudice, depends on the day.
Well,
it's not Giudice.
Here in when she's in New Jersey, she says Giudice. Well, now she's going to have a whole new last name. But
it's only Giudice when Gelfand's playing Monopoly. Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Just know that the week of the 22nd, I will be even a worse employee than I am normally.
That's not possible, is it?
Thank you.
To be any worse than you already are.
You under that bar.
You just wait.
Just wait, Tom.
Okay. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate you letting me get all that spastic out.
You were spastic. She's all excited now because of you, KB2.
I know. And this is like the Super Bowl and the Met Gala all wrapped into one today.
Yeah.
It kind of is. Everything else good?
Everything else is good. And, Cannes Film Festival is going on and Johnny Depp has made his comeback. So that's kind of the other big headline of the day.
Oh, he has. What's he doing?
He's got a film called Jean du Barry. It is a French film. And he did get a standing ovation, which is pretty common at Cannes Film Festival. It's 7 minutes. Like, it's the time of how long the standing ovation is the big deal. But people have been asking him about his comeback, and he said he's not interested in Hollywood. This particular film is a French film. The French have embraced him, and he is not really making a big Hollywood return. You're not going to see Disney go, hey, come on back to, Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just one of those situations that he's controversial, and you know, a court in the UK has found him guilty. A court in the US has found him sort of guilty, more innocent. And I think people are still playing out his Amber Heard situation and marriage in the court of public opinion.
Okay, we'll close with a little quiz for the three of you. Who was the favorite actor of the French people their whole life?
Jerry Lewis.
Very good. Not many people know that. French people love Jerry Lewis. They just love. Why is it the French love Jerry Lewis so much?
Because he's zany. They love like zany.
They love zany. You're right. They do love that zany stuff. But honest to God, I saw him talking about that one time. I never got a chance to meet Jerry Lewis, but I heard it was a good thing I didn't meet him because apparently in person he's not that friendly a person.
He was miserable in person.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, I didn't meet him either, but he had quite the reputation.
Yeah, not a very pleasant person. I'd rather go drinking with Dean Martin. What do you think?
Agreed.
You'd rather go drinking with us and have a non-alcoholic pumptini in Los Angeles.
Yes.
Why can't I have one with alcohol so I can start a fist fight?
That's why we're giving you a non-alcoholic one.
He's rageful on pumptini.
Let me tell you something.
If we give you alcohol and have the cameras running, we can do a reality show. So.
Oh, yes.
Fine. We can all have pumptinis. Fine.
Pumptinis. All right, KB2, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow,
Thanks
everyone.
very much. Honest to God, love it. Absolutely. Seriously, looking at her every morning, it's like, I mean, Catherine, she do not look a lot alike.
No.
But they got the hair and the kind of the hand movements and all that stuff.
She has all the information that I'm obsessed with, and so
She's great.
So fun to talk to her. And hearing about the restaurants that I watch these reality shows, know that she can go visit them. She's living my best life.
I thought you were living your best life, sister.
Yeah, I am too.
There's a picture of you right behind you. Look at that. How much better could it be?
Plus, she has 2 cats, so she's
Yeah,
also,
she loves her cats.
Yeah, she wins.
We shall take a break. Be right back in just a couple minutes. Show continues right after this. Tom Barnard here. Consider me your doctor of throttle therapy. What do you think of that title?
Doctor
of throttle therapy.
Dr. Barnard.
On and off the water, by the way. Cruise water in luxury in a brand new Bennington pontoon.
Yeah, baby.
From the power. I got to get over there this weekend. I just have to.
Yeah, I agree.
I got to look at it. How am I going to get the pontoon home? Do I have to get a trailer too?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
You'll just get it all. We'll do it one whole weekend.
Cruise the water in a luxury on a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Power Lodge. Enjoy more sunsets on the water, entertain the kids, and just float all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud. Hundreds of pontoons and fishing boats are in stock across all Power Lodge locations. You know that. Your summer fun begins at the Power Lodge. I used to live on a lake in Golden Valley and can tell you that it's a great life, even if you don't live on the water. It can be just as fun when you take your boat and trailer to experience the fun of an afternoon on any one of our 10,000-plus Minnesota lakes. Enjoy the best days of summer with friends in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Power Lodge. Miller Marine in St. Cloud is the largest Bennington dealer on the planet. My friends at the family-owned and operated Power Lodge brought Miller into their family, so here's a throttle therapy prescription from your buddy, Tommy B. Go to powerlodge.com and millermarine.com and get on the water.
Do it.
Hi, I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. If you've been hurt in a car collision, it's traumatic enough. You don't need to waste time and energy on the legal stuff. Think of us as a partner who will guide you through the process. First off, you need to recover, but part of that is getting the compensation you deserve. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we'll work hard so you can get the rest you need during the trying months after a personal injury. At Bradshaw & Bryant, we understand how important it is to make our clients comfortable, so we build each client relationship on the pillars of honesty and transparency. Don't miss out on what's rightfully yours. We'll go to bat for you. For your free case consultation, please visit minnesotapersonalinjury.com. That's minnesotapersonalinjury.com. I'm Mike Bryan. I hope you're never injured in a collision, but if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to Bradshaw & Bryant.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
With Mike Bryant on your side, seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw & Bryant.
Do you ever Google yourself? Are you happy with what you find? Or is it cringy? Are you a business owner or on your company's marketing team? How do you feel when you Google your own place? What do you see? A non-updated social media page you don't even remember making? Ads for your competitors? An old school website with outdated information? Hubbard Interactive can help. They can do it all for your business. They're a Google Premier partner, so they can use search engine optimization to get your click results higher. They can build a 21st century website for you that communicates all the right things, all the best ways. They've got a photo and video department to make your business look sharp, plus social media, influencer marketing, podcasting, and more. All the things that will make you a lot happier next time you Google yourself. Here's a Google search that you'll find rewarding. Hubbard Interactive. You can see all the marketing tools they've used on hundreds of successful businesses, including an extensive gallery of the great work they could help your venture with. HubbardInteractive.com. Building campaigns that connect.
We are back. Well, Rudy and I are back. Brittany.
Some of us.
Some of us are back. Typical of Britt.
We're doing a 3-hour show today?
Was that? I thought it was the 1 hour special.
I thought we were done. It's 8:02.
It all works out in the end, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was a very pleasant first hour. That's one thing about this show. That first hour flies by.
Sure
Why
does.
is that?
And then we put the brakes on for Chris.
And then we're like, oh, God, Egert's coming on. Oh, my God. It's just terrible.
I know.
It all works out in the end. It'll be wonderful. Kevin Bacon and Soul Asylum at the State Fair.
Yeah, you see that?
I just noticed that just now. This is going to be pretty damn cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved Kevin Bacon. You guys, you guys didn't watch City on a Hill. I think I brought that up to you before. It's Kevin Bacon's latest show that was on. It's over now.
I haven't seen it, but I hear he's just a mensch of a man.
Oh, what a prick.
Oh, really?
He can play such a... Oh, you mean in real life?
Oh, yeah, in real life.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a great
Yeah, that was like shocking for both of us. We
But
both
no,
were like,
on the show, he's the
"What?"
biggest prick ever born.
Okay, then he's a good actor, but like...
Oh, yeah.
We both...
Oh,
you
yeah.
broke our hearts for a second. We both went...
No, I've heard the same thing. I talked to him a couple of times on the phone with Kira Sedgwick, his wife.
Yeah.
They'd come on the queue once in a while. But I've never met him in person or anything like that. But I heard he's a really great guy.
A friend of mine was at the Comedy Store one night performing, and he was walking through the parking lot, and Kevin Bacon came up behind him and grabbed him by the arm, and he was like, "I just saw you in there. You're amazing.
Isn't that Jesus?
You're such. Oh my God! How do you do that? You just get up there and you make people laugh." And he's like, "First off, you're Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Like I should be asking you questions. Why are you asking me questions?"
I
wild.
couldn't agree more. I've heard that a lot about him, but he's if you get a chance, watch City on a Hill. It's available pretty much about 2-3 different streamers, whatever. But he is the best part of the whole damn show. It's just a great show, don't get me wrong, but he's the best part of the show. But the one thing you don't ever want to do to Kevin Bacon, Brittany, listen to me.
I'm listening.
If he ever does come on, which we'll get him on,
Yeah.
do not bring up Bernie Madoff.
I mean, I wouldn't casually.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much money he lost, but it was millions.
Ooh. Because you know some people that lost money.
Oh,
in that.
yeah. One of the saddest days of my life, actually, when that whole thing went on with Bernie Madoff. And have you watched the Madoff thing on...
Yeah, I've watched a couple different ones.
God, that prick. Oh, what an arrogant jackass that man was. But yeah, there was a family from New York, and we lived right down the block from them, and nice people, all the rest of it, but they invested. They all of a sudden were talking, this is years ago, they're talking to me about, Tom, you should talk to this Bernie Madoff guy. The guy's unbelievable,
gives
makes
me
a fortune, all the rest of it, right?
Goosebumps.
I found out, because I walked into the drugstore, a Walgreens,
Yeah.
walked in the drugstore, and his wife was in there trying to barter some hand cream because she couldn't afford the whole bottle. They lost $18 million in cash.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
$18 million. She had to try to buy, she didn't have the money to buy hand cream.
So you didn't invest anything with...
No.
And why? I mean...
Why didn't I invest with Bernie Madoff? Because I'd been screwed over by too many Minnesotans. I got screwed over by a couple of different people, and not to that level, obviously, but...
And obviously, you invest in things.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know which ones are the safe things, then?
That you can't ever know that something's safe. You can assume that it is, and you trust the people. Like I have a really good partner. Ryan Burnett and I are partners in a lot of things. And he's a really good guy for me to deal with, I think the world of him. But I have known people that I thought were some of my best friends ever. And I should point out every one of them was a lawyer, by the way.
You're so...
I'm not making that up. The people, every person that had ever screwed me out of $1 was a lawyer. Every one of them.
You couldn't, at least we have this going, Rudy. You and I couldn't be less lawyery.
Mm-hmm. Well, that is a good thing for you, though. That's a really good thing.
Can I ask you about your investments, just because it's so beyond my realm of understanding?
Mm-hmm.
When you invest in a restaurant, is it levels of investing, like how involved you? And then do you have to worry about getting people there at all, or do you not worry?
No. I don't go near the business.
And how do you know? Because like you have some very successful restaurants that you've invested in. How do you follow the idea of the chef, or do you just the concept?
Chef's huge.
The chef is the huge
chef
piece?
is huge. There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there are a number of different things. And I never bring up what I've invested in.
Yeah, no, I know you don't. Yeah.
Because I don't want to drive people away. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want boycotts.
I don't want any boycotts just because I'm involved in it. That's exactly right.
Again, like I've only heard about it peripheral, and it's just interesting to me because I go, there's things that like you have such a range of things that I've just kind of, heard here or there, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I've invested in that or this or that. And they're all over the place, high and low and this and that. Like
one of the reasons I do stay out of it, and I'm being very sincere here.
Yeah.
I invested in a place I thought was going to be a huge success. It was wonderful. The food was great. It was a great location. I thought, oh, my God, this is going to kill it. Didn't even last a year before it went under.
That's crazy.
Just once in a while, it just doesn't happen. And you don't know why it doesn't happen.
Is restaurants, again, you can tell me if this is too personal, but it's just so interesting. Are restaurants more risky to invest in than, like, real estate?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they are.
And you have to just accept that there's going to be, like, for every 3 that works, 1 doesn't, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's about a good ratio, 3 to 1. Yeah. I think that is true.
All right. Thanks for
letting me ask. You got to know the
these.
people, but I got very, very lucky with the people that I met and got to know. So, but yeah, I mean, I literally see. I still cannot believe that people can steal money from someone they know. That fascinates me.
Yeah.
You know me and you stole money from me? What?
I mean, I would live my life terrified that I was going to run into you. I would be terrified.
That's a good thing to do.
Like, I would
Because I'll get him eventually.
Shut up.
I
no,
will.
You won't.
Oh,
that
yes,
money's
I will.
gone, and you have to.
Nope.
You just have to act like it's never going to be there
This is
again.
going to be your last breath.
Just shut up. He's not coming for you. He's going to get a pontoon, and we're going to be
I'm
chill.
going to get a pontoon.
That's how I'm going
to
steal money from you, is I'm just going to convince you to get this pontoon. But yeah, no, I think it's especially Minnesota, I feel like we can run into people constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like to have somebody steal, and you run the same circles. I'd be terrified.
Yeah, I don't see those people at all anymore.
Have you ever ran into them?
No.
Oh.
They're still breathing.
I know, and don't say it like it's like a to-do list.
Oh,
over
it
here.
is a to-do list, believe me. Eventually, they are going to pay for that.
No, they won't.
Yes,
I mean,
they
they already
will.
are on a daily basis.
If I kick them in the nuts, they'll pay.
That's not even
Why not?
helpful.
Why isn't that helpful? It's perfect.
Or vagina.
Can't kick them in the vagina, you're right.
I'm saying or either one.
A woman has never stolen money from me. Not one.
But
it's all guys.
There's still time.
That's true. Although Catherine's at home, right, going through the doors right now.
I was going to say.
No, she's the only reason I even talk about this is not to piss and moan and whine like people do, because be careful.
No, and I think a lot of people can relate to it. It's interesting.
I think so, yeah.
I like asking these questions because I have no realm of understanding this. I've been nobody's taking anything from me, Justin. We don't have enough to take, but like, there's people out there where I go, of course you attract crazy people.
Yeah, if you're a public figure, you're going to attract some crazy sons of bitches. I will tell you that. You guys are going to have to deal with that, I'm sure.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you do, don't you? You don't have to?
I don't think that's, I don't know, but, yeah.
Yeah, I've had a few stalkerellis in the past, yeah.
Isn't it just terrible?
It's awful, man.
It is awful.
Like actual stuff, you like...
Yeah, we've had to have like people intervene. We had to have corporate get involved one time where there was somebody that was putting us in a very dangerous predicament and being very weird about things. So yeah, but it's part of the territory. Listen, if you want to have a job that not every, don't get me wrong, I feel very lucky to have a stalker. I was very like, thank you so much for thinking so highly of me that you decided to camp outside my house. That was very nice of you.
Isn't that just terrible?
It's wild. Yeah.
OMG. Yeah. I would die.
Well, you know the guy, I had to sue my neighbor once, not where I live now, obviously. But he had cameras and microphones trained on my house, and he tapped our telephone. So I got a hold of David Valentini. You guys know Valentini at all?
Mm-mm.
You don't know David?
I don't think so.
I thought for sure you did.
I know the restaurant.
Valentini's up in Duluth.
Yeah, there's one in Chisholm as well.
Yeah, that's his cousins.
Yeah.
Those are his cousins, yeah. David is a great guy. I love David. But I will never forget, we're sitting in court, and he's burying this guy. I mean, just burying the sumbitch, right? And the judge, I think, he was burying him to the point it was so bad that the judge got a little soft in one area. And David goes, so why don't we do this? Why? He just started screaming. I'm like,
why?
It was a lot louder than that, too.
Yeah.
It's like, holy God.
You're sitting there, I'm actually telling you to calm down.
Exactly. But no, the only reason we're even talking about this, it does happen.
No,
it happens to a lot of public figures. They get screwed over by people that they know.
And I bet you it happens to people that aren't public figures.
I'm sure it does.
You know, and I think we have so many listeners that somebody wrote in, Patrick said, good accounting is key with any business.
Oh, God, yes.
You can't just let that go.
You got that right.
And again, I feel very lucky that I've not had to deal with either of the things you guys talk about ever. So
I can't even imagine what it's like for some of these people. How they sit at home. God, who was the guy again that claimed he had made the first all-electric semi-trailer truck?
No, I don't know, but it sounds like
his name again?
Almost like Elizabeth Holmes' story when she...
No, it's exactly like the Elizabeth Holmes story.
Yeah,
it's identical.
With the blood and
This guy. I'm going to show you how beautifully this all runs. Come to this my neighborhood over here. I'm going to have one of the semis come to my house. You'll hear how quiet they are. They run all electric. There's no poison coming out of the tailpipe. You're going to have quite the thrilling time seeing this. So they all get there and they're lined up along the street and all the rest of it. And the truck starts coming down the road, and it's not making any noise at all. And it's just cruising along at this nice, 25 miles an hour, just showing people you can't hear it, you can't smell it. There's no exhaust, there's nothing like that. They found out later the pitch from his house to the other end of the street is slightly downhill, and they never even turned the truck on.
Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
How great is that?
I'm like that. Those people should be studied.
Oh, yeah.
Because they miss something in their brain that gives them anxiety. Because if I was giving a presentation at all and thought there was any holes, I would have panic attacks that morning, that night.
I know.
And so there's something in their brains that go, I'm going to go for this.
That's so great. Oh, it's not making any noise at all. But because it's not turned on, that might be the reason.
Popped it into neutral and rolled it down the hill.
That's what he did. He popped it into neutral and then let it roll downhill. I can't remember that guy's name. God, what was that?
And then you show up late. Hey, can you do it again for me? No, we cannot.
Getting it back up the hill is going to be too noisy. Yeah, it's disgusting. There's no. I was trying to think of who that guy was again.
I was trying to look
it up,
but I
remember.
was in trouble.
Yeah, he was going to make the first all-electric semis, and he literally lied his way all the way through it. It's a fascinating story.
If you ever get a chance to watch the Elizabeth Holmes HBO show,
I watched it.
Her big thing was she wanted to do where you just take micro amounts of blood to test instead of the vials that when you do blood testing. And everything she built on was just a lie and fake and not real. And they talked about they never had the technology behind it, but she was so good at being an eccentric genius kind of person that would walk into a room that these people are just handing her money. And then the behind stories of people saying, we would get these collections in with these bloods of these little tiny amounts, and the machine was getting blood everywhere. Everything was not hazmat.
Right.
They're like, we can't. There's nothing to do with it. And it was just all a ploy, and she's now serving time in prison.
I don't think she hasn't made it to prison yet. I don't think she's been sentenced, but I don't think she's in prison yet.
Oh, I thought she finally had.
She's off roaming around. Maybe she is now, but the last I heard, she was not in prison yet. So maybe in the last few weeks they put her in the big house.
I guess I don't know the story because when you said Elizabeth Holmes, I was like, do you mean the lady that was chained to a radiator in Cleveland?
Yeah, that's right. That was.
Was that either there's an Elizabeth or a Holmes that was involved with that too?
You're
but
right.
I can't remember. There's too many famous people nowadays.
Didn't he kill like 11 women or something? That guy in that house in Cleveland?
Ooh, maybe there was a thing about it because when she escaped, there was
Killed 11 women and buried them in his house.
Yeah.
That had to smell pretty good, huh?
Wasn't that what that book was about?
Yeah, there's a book about it. You're absolutely right.
The Devil in the White City.
I think that's right. I think you're right about that.
During the World's Fair in Chicago, and it was also going to H. Holmes. He had that
H.
murder
Holmes
homes.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He built the hotel.
Yeah, that's the Holmes I was thinking of.
Yeah, that was in Chicago.
Yeah.
And he built the hotel so he could murder people in it. He literally built rooms that nobody else knew were even there just so he could kill people.
You know what? That's commitment to your hobby.
That's true.
And that's
a very good point.
We can appreciate.
There's no question about it. We got to take a break. Be right back a couple of minutes. There's some hunyuck. I don't even know who it is. He's knocking on the door trying to get in, and I guess we'll have to... Maybe we'll just allow him on the air, I guess is the only thing we can do.
Fine.
Right after this.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on a brand new Bennington pontoon from Power Lodge. Enjoy sunset from the water, entertain the kids, and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Enjoy the best days of summer on your favorite lakes in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine in St. Cloud, and hundreds of Benningtons in stock across all locations. The Power Lodge is your destination before you hit the lakes this summer and cruise at sunset. Fun begins at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Get some throttle therapy on land and water, millermarine.com and powerlodge.com, and you can tell them Tommy sent you.
What can Hubbard Interactive do for your business? Let's take a listen and find out what they did for one local company, Steve the Window Guy.
I'm Sally, and I'm a digital brand strategist here at Hubbard Interactive. We met with Melissa from Steve the Window Guy, and she was looking for help with their video advertising strategy. So we helped build a comprehensive plan for streaming TV and YouTube ads.
And Melissa, tell us how it's been getting your message out with help from Hubbard Interactive.
I've been working with them for 5 years, and what I've learned is that they have both the experience and the depth inside their team to help me solve any creative marketing challenge that I've got. So over the years, I've moved from radio ads to streaming TV to YouTube ads, and now we're moving towards SEO. And I'm loving the results that I'm seeing.
Is there anything else you want business owners out there to know about Hubbard Interactive?
I am so grateful for the entire team at Hubbard Interactive for effortlessly understanding our business and our marketing vision, and then always delivering only the best results.
To find out how our experts can help your business grow, get in touch today at hubbardinteractive.com.
As you know, my friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Mike found the world's best cotton. It's called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Mike's Giza sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. Giza Dream Sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors. Mike's latest incredible deal is the sale of the year. For a limited time, you'll receive 50% off the Giza Dream Sheets. You'll receive a set for as low as $29.98. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square, and use promo code TOM. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the MyPillow 2.0 mattress topper, MyPillow towel sheets, and so much more. Call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM. Or go to MyPillow.com. Make sure you use the promo code TOM.
Hey folks, Judd Zulgad here, and you know the unofficial start of summer is just 2 weeks away. You could lose up to 10 pounds by Memorial Day with Livia's doctor-recommended program. Look and feel your best with the weight loss program voted #1 in Minnesota. Receive personalized and guided support from Livia's team of experts. Join today and receive 3 months free. What are you waiting for? Get summer ready with Livia. Call today, 855-GO-LIVIA, or visit livia.com. You know, I lost 40 pounds more than a year ago now with the help of my friends from Livia, and here's the most important thing. Their nutritionists and dietitians also help you keep the weight off. We've all lost weight before. The question is, can you keep the weight off? And with Livia, their program, the answer is most definitely. Start your success today and get summer ready. Call 855-GO-LIVIA or visit livia.com. That's LIVEA.com. Join now and receive 3 months free. That's right. Call now, 855-GO-LIVIA, or visit livia.com and receive 3 months free. Come to Livia to experience life-changing weight loss.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked this so many times, and I've told you so many times. What do you find on the highway to hell? Chris Egert. That's what. Or who. Or something. What's happening, Pally?
Nothing. I like, that's a nice introduction. Thank you.
Little highway to hell, and you find Chris Egert, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I've been watching you constantly. I watch you constantly on TV now.
Well, thank you.
He has notes where you can improve.
He has. Hey, listen, everybody else seems to have an opinion. I'd love to hear yours.
We call them areas of opportunity, and we've actually got a PowerPoint we'll present later.
Areas of growth, okay.
Do you have to understand there is something in the human brain, and it's great that we have it, but it's weird. Watching Channel 5 Eyewitness News, because I did the voiceover for them for so many years, all that stuff. Obviously, Ron Majors was the anchor there when I started 52 years ago, and I have this great thing with Hubbard Broadcasting. It's where I started. It's where I'll end my career, all the rest of it. Just tuning in, watching you guys do the news. Although Hannah's missing, which is not great.
I agree.
Where is somebody walking behind you the entire time I'm talking to you? How can I do it without Hannah?
I know.
But she's off for like 3 months, you said, on TV.
I mean, I'm guessing so. I think that's what the standard maternity leave is these days.
Oh, is it? 3 months? Okay.
I don't know that for fact, though.
That's probably about right. What do you think?
I was in between. I had summer break for school, so I just had off. And then Justin had his 3 months paternity leave.
Oh, he did? Mm-hmm. They didn't do that. Where was I? I forgot.
Oh, yeah. I doubt you took any time off.
I got no time off. I got nothing.
That's crazy.
Well, it was an interesting life.
Did you have paternity leave, Chris?
No.
Which I'm telling you.
I just made a face at her. That was wonderful.
Rudy, did you get paternity leave?
Not at all. No.
I'm telling you, it changed the dynamics so much in a good way because he had the one-on-one as well, and so it's just changed everything. I would say it was the best thing for both. I mean, it was amazing.
I can see that. I mean, I would have loved the opportunity. My firstborn turns 18 tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
Talk about feeling old all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
Have another. I think Hubbard now would give you paternity leave.
Immaculate conception would be the way that baby would be born.
Yeah.
Well, now you're talking.
If the Catholic Church is looking for another miracle, that would be it if that were to happen.
Little Egert. Little Eggy Egert.
Eggy Egert. I like it. That works for me.
But yes, we do miss Hannah around here. She brings a nice light, positive air to everything. She's just a very pleasant gal.
She really is, no doubt. Her husband looks just like somebody, but I can't think of who it is.
He looks a little bit like Justin Timberlake.
Is that what it is? You're probably right, because he does look just like somebody.
A taller, I don't think Timberlake's that tall, and a little more Minnesota version of him, but I do think he kind of looks like Justin Timberlake.
I knew there was somebody he looked like because I saw the pictures on Channel 5, which was very, very cool.
Yeah.
You know. So anything big in the news this morning we should know about?
I have some stories I think you all will be very interested in today.
Good. I love that.
And I don't think Brittany will have to sit there and look like she's ready to just end it all as I'm reading the stories.
Nice.
I think they're interesting and you won't feel sick to your stomach after they're presented.
Win-win.
Isn't that what we should always be striving for?
I don't know. We can take some sadness, but yes, I like this. Let's hear it.
You do, absolutely. I have one. I got to ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Because I've never done video on the radio before. Now, because this is a podcast and we're doing video and all the rest of it. Does it it's starting to bother me because when I like reach up to move my hat or wipe my face or whatever, are my hands that big?
They're insane.
I mean, look at this.
I made you a friendship bracelet.
Jesus.
I made you a friendship bracelet, and I ran out of beads because I was so worried it wasn't going to be big enough. I just kept adding beads because I was like, I hope he fits on his hand. Like,
I am a monkey. There's no Chris. I don't know if you know this or not, but I have 37-inch arms and a 31-inch inseam. That's very monkey-like. I mean, think about that. That's
I'm
really weird.
I'm built like that a little bit too. I definitely have a longer arm thing going on.
It comes in handy for some things.
And then to just have that built-in monkey rage too, where you can just go ape shit in any given moment. Just all of a sudden you're flinging your poop and you're like,
yep,
yeah,
that checks out for both of you.
But that's so weird to have your legs are 6 inches shorter than your arms. That's weird.
Super weird.
Isn't it?
Your body's crazy. You got a crazy body.
All I have to say.
Do you think
those calves?
Yeah, those are beauties, aren't they? Those Easter hams. Those are good.
Through a dang door. Holy
part of that is
buckets.
just genetic, by the way. That's not all weightlifting. Part of that was genetic.
Yeah, no, I'm very aware.
Yeah, I mean, they are. It's just a weird deal.
You're so funny because you'll be like, I gained a pound. And I was like, of course, you're a giant human. You could drink water or not drink water, and you could gain 5 pounds. And I don't mean like you're big, like, overweight. You're just,
I do this.
I mean, spot on. I
don't know what that
Tom,
is.
since you're a baseball guy, have you ever seen Daniel Vogelbach?
That name sounds familiar. From where?
He played for the Brewers. Right now he plays for the Mets.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
He's a square.
Is he?
He's an actual square.
He
You'll
really
never see a guy as big as Daniel Vogelbach. And when he runs, it's like watching a square run around the bases.
I cannot picture him at all.
Damn it. I'll send you a picture of him because when you see him, like his calves are they're not, I mean, they're bigger than yours for sure. I mean, you have big calves,
really?
but his, I'm blown away at how symmetrical this man is. And he's just a giant
Got
square.
the broad shoulders and everything.
A huge barrel chest, big old shoulders on him. I mean, his head is just like, it's also square. It's like a square on top of a bigger square is what his body looks like.
That's usually a German. Oh, you said his name was Vogelbach.
Vogelbach.
Yeah, because it's usually a German thing. A lot of Germans are built like that.
Yeah, he's kind of John Kruk-esh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Kruk kind of had that body, but he had more of a gut. But Daniel Vogelbach is all muscle, and he's no joke. He's literally a square.
I gotta see him.
Yeah.
Gotta see him. That's all there is to it. There's no question. There's no getting around it. Is all I'm saying. Now that he's going to put it up on the screen. I like this a lot. This is going to be magnificent. We're going to be looking at Daniel Vogelbach any second. He's calling in right now. He wants to talk to Brittany. Daniel Vogelbach. I got to. Holy Christ! Look at the jaw on that boy. Look at his jaw.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking to that guy. I'm not pushing out his child.
Oh my God, Chris Egert! You should see this guy. His head
I'm
is
looking
square.
him up right now.
Yeah, his arms, his forearms have to be as big as my thighs.
He looks exactly like a real Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes,
He does. That's exactly what he looks like.
Yes.
Very good. I have never seen a jaw that big in my life.
Yeah.
That boy's got
He
a
also
jaw.
looks like the butcher from which season of Fargo was it?
Oh, yeah.
You know which guy I'm talking about?
Yes.
The like kind of red-haired-ish guy.
Yeah.
And then he's also a bad guy in Breaking Bad.
Yes.
He's
You
like
just
the one
invented
who
it.
holds Walt down in the little underground prison or whatever it is.
You
He
just
looks
invented
like
a
that.
new word. Redheadish. There's no such thing as redheadish. You just made that up.
Redheadish.
Well,
Kind of
can you
redheadish.
say redhead? Is that offensive?
I don't
It is
think
now.
so. Why would it be offensive?
How dare you?
Is ginger offensive?
Catherine's both of those. She doesn't mind.
Is Daywalker offensive?
You think ginger's offensive? Really?
No, I don't think any of this is offensive. Noting that somebody has red hair, calling them a ginger, like they're literally called the undead sometimes. So I think you're fine by calling them gingers. Like,
Wow, you really got aggressive there. I apologize.
Yeah, it's true,
on
yeah.
behalf-
Gingers have the worst nicknames. Rudy, you know what I'm talking about. They literally, what are some, they call them daywalkers is a big one.
Soulless.
I mean, they attack gingers all the time. And
Why?
Just because it's, I mean,
Catherine's a ginger. Don't be attacking my wife.
I think it's because they're rare, and most of them are, you're gorgeous, but they always give a hard time to gingers.
Well, she's kind of blondish, gingerish, though.
I'm not worried about, she's a model, so if I call her a ginger or a daywalker, she'll survive.
I love the Irish people have orange hair. I love that.
I'm really surprised by this. I kind of thought of you as sort of being the well-rounded, diplomatic member of the team here, and now you're just like straight up attacking gingers.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, now
typical.
Now I'm starting to feel bad. No, I don't.
Have you ever been so insulted in your life, Rudy, that she's the normal one?
Yeah. Right now, there's a redheaded guy who's on his way here right now. So he can meet you in the parking lot and throw down. How dare you say all these terrible negative things about redheaded people?
It all stems from jealousy because of what I would have done to have red hair. I feel like my personality and red hair, game over.
That guy's going to come here and beat you like a redheaded stepchild.
There you go, the redheaded stepchild, baby.
I knew you were holding out on some redheaded jokes.
That wasn't a joke. He was serious.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's literal.
I'll take an ass whooping. You know what? You know Sage, my grandson.
Yeah.
4 years old. He did it again, apparently. He slipped and fell, and as he was laying on the ground, he hollers out, "Down goes Frazier." Now, how he even knows about that?
That's really funny.
He starts yelling, "Down goes Frazier." It's like, what?
I feel like he's hanging out with you too much.
Yeah, maybe he's hanging around with Bop Bop a little too much. That might be it.
I think that's the problem.
Bop Bop and Nana, no question about it. So in any case, lots of, now, is all your news good news or is it just interesting news?
It's interesting. So the first thing was you finally get up the guts to escape from prison. Mm-hmm. You've been plotting it. You've been planning it. You're stuck in this place, and you finally escape from the Stillwater prison. And how long are you on the run?
Oh, no.
Less than an hour.
Did he ever even get out of Stillwater?
I don't think so. They got pulled over by some Washington County deputies. I have a weird stance on people who escape from prison. I'm like, I don't condone it, but I admire the will.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could sit back and be stuck in this place and just and that's it. Or you could try to get the F out of there, right?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not condoning it. I do have an admiration, though, for people who are willing to, just go for it while they went for it and they were gone for an hour. So now they're back in prison.
And for a longer time, they'll be in prison, too.
Yeah, I would guess for that 1 hour. If you're at 1 hour in Stillwater, what do you do?
Oh, you go, there's a bunch of restaurants you go to,
the
right?
Lowell Inn, is that still there?
Yeah, or was it
I love the Lowell Inn.
There's the Mad Capper. They have great burgers. I would love to hear what they ate in that 1 hour.
I don't even know that they made it anywhere. That's the thing, right?
That's sad.
And you got your jumpsuit and stuff on. You're just walking into the burger place to get.
Your orange jumpsuit.
I love you made it sound so trendy.
Dragging the ball with the weight behind you.
You got your little onesie on.
You guys got it someday. Whether you know anybody or not, find somebody that you can go visit in prison. And it's got not the county jail, but you got to meet and go say hello to people in prison. It's a hell of an experience.
Yes, it is.
I enjoyed it. I got to be honest with you. Because there are tough guys in there, you'll walk by and they'll push their chair back to block your path. And you go, I'm going home and you're not. Push your chair back in, jackass. You got to stand up to them, otherwise they will not stop. That is true.
Yeah. I interviewed a guy on death row down in Nebraska.
Oh, you did?
Long time ago. Yeah, I think I might have bored you guys with that story before. But,
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's an experience, that's for sure.
What did he do?
He killed a man.
Did he get
or
the
a gal?
chair?
I think he might have killed a gal, and he was implicated he was found guilty, but there was a case of DNA evidence had come up that might have got them to reopen his case, and so that's why I was interviewing. This was 20 years ago, I suppose, already now. But and then he made me a clock out of leather and wood and sent it to me, and it was as big as a Stanley Cup.
What did you do with it?
I had it. kept it for a number of years. I don't think I have it anymore. Like, it was as big as the Stanley Cup.
Huge.
Like a big leather and wood clock from prison.
Did he think you were cute? Is that why he built it for you?
No, I think it was his way of showing appreciation. I don't suppose you've got access to all that many materials in the clink. So
I think he was asking for a date.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I could see that.
Also, when you said the materials, I thought you were going to say he made a clock out of leather and human skin.
Exactly.
Leather doesn't necessarily have to be from a cow. I want to clarify that.
I should clarify that. I don't know that it was cow leather.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now wait a minute. And that prisoner's name was Ed Gein. It was wonderful. Jesus.
All
What a
right,
story.
so I have a great story here.
Good.
A lady lost her ring in the sewer. She lost her ring 13 years ago. Somehow it ended up in the sewer. Some guy in Rogers was doing his job at the wastewater treatment plant, going through all the duty water, and came across this ring several months ago. They put it out. The wastewater people put it out in the universe that they'd found this ring. I think they showed pictures of the ring. The person stepped forward.
Really?
Wow.
They're going to get their ring after it's been lost in duty water for 13 years.
Duty water.
Well, did she lose it wiping her butt or something? How'd she lose it?
Circumstances unknown, but I'm told they're having a news conference today where they're going to reveal more of the story.
Keep us updated on this doo-doo ring or duty?
Both. It could be both.
Okay, cool.
The thing that jumped out at me this morning is we kept showing the duty water video, and it wasn't just the water. It was the step of the treatment plant where they drain all the paper and
oh my God.
Ish.
And so it's like 6:30 in the morning, like our most watched half hour of the morning news, when people are presumably probably eating something or enjoying a nice cup of coffee, above some granola and yogurt, whatever it might be. And we're showing this like duty paper on these caravans, and it was horrid.
Is the ring still in good condition?
Oh, good question.
I think so, but I don't have the answer to that. We'll find out more later today.
Okay, because when she announces where she bought this thing from,
Yeah.
if you're wedding day diamonds, don't you like, our rings can last 13 years and shit, and
You
they
got-
still
yep.
glimmer.
That is impressive.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. So that was an interesting story we had today. I just, what a great mix
like
of
it.
things.
Yeah, that was a good one. We appreciate it. That's your version of positive. We'll take it.
But I will tell you something, Chris. I'd be deeply offended because I don't know why it is, but Brittany refuses to be on screen with you.
I know.
It's sad.
She's having camera problems.
I am having so many camera problems.
Well, you did it on purpose.
It's this little
Liar.
fake computer.
Liar. Oh, the one that Andy bought you?
Yeah.
You don't like that?
No, I love it. It's not connecting to the Wi-Fi for some reason. So, but I do
Why is-
think I don't want a bad rep. Look, I'm back. Ha!
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl.
Well, did you put it on the Hubbard Wi-Fi?
No, it's on. I don't know the name.
Because we got rid of the family Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they were fighting each other.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening. This one keeps jumping on like 3 different Wi-Fis. But I also
Yeah.
don't want to be associated with Chris in this moment of poop talk. So that's why I pieced out.
She's dropped out.
Sure.
Do you guys wear your wedding rings? Do you Tom, do you wear a wedding ring?
Only when I dress up.
Oh, and then Chris, do you wear a wedding ring?
This is the Deuce wedding ring. My hands got too fat for my the
looks
OG
like a washer.
wedding ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this, because it's trendy to have these darker metal ones.
Oh,
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, give a guess of how much I paid for this bad boy and where I might have bought it.
Amazon?
Already bought one of those and broke one of those.
Okay, Goodwill.
No, not quite that cheap.
Okay.
Kohl's.
Ooh, I like Kohl's.
Cheaper.
Marshalls?
Shields?
No, Shields is spendy.
Oh, is it? I didn't know.
TJ Maxx.
Cheaper, more expensive, but trashy.
Oh my gosh.
More expensive. What the hell would that be?
I don't know.
Woolworths? They're not even in business anymore.
Start
Never
with the W.
Walmart.
Walgreens.
Walmart.
Nice.
You bought it at Walmart?
Wow.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. I was like, I had just dropped my stupid Amazon one and it broke and I'd sent it back and I'm like, oh crap. And I was at Walmart one Sunday morning. By the way, if you go to Walmart, go Sunday morning. You can avoid most of the crowds. I was there and I happen upon the jewelry case, and I'm like, well, look at that ring. Ooh. My gosh.
Looky here, as they say.
$28. Boom.
I've been in Walmart once in my life. I told you that story, didn't I? About what the woman said to me. Oh, God, this is hilarious. I went and played some golf with my friends out kind of the Elk River Country Club. It's a good spot out there. So I'm driving home. Catherine calls me and goes, we need some water softener salt. I said, oh, I'm driving by a Walmart right now. I'll just run in there and get some. It's in Brooklyn Park, right?
Yep.
So I walk into the store, and I'm looking around, and this young African-American woman walks up and said, could I help you? And I said, yeah, I need to buy some water softener salt. And she said, and I quote, why don't you go shop at Target with all the other white people? I'm like, what? I will never forget that as long as what are you talking about?
Oh, my God.
She did not want me in her store, man. I don't know what I did to her, but she wanted to go shop at Target with all the other white people. I'm like, oh.
I mean she's not wrong.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, she's not wrong. So,
that's when you go to the Ember Grove Heights or the Ember Grove Heights.
I got to get off this broadcast. I can't be on with you guys. I'm going off the screen. It's mortifying. I can't be associated with you guys.
It was right next door to the African market, which there was just a murder there, wasn't there? At the African market this week up in Brooklyn Park?
No idea what you're talking about.
Near an African market. I'm not sure.
Oh, I thought it was at the African market. I thought it was there that he got shot.
I'm not sure. There's a couple different places that have African groceries.
No, right, exactly. But I mean, because I used to live, I lived about 3 blocks from there at one time. When I met Catherine, I was living up there, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And we used to go to Benchwarmer Bob's right there on, was that Brooklyn Park Boulevard?
Sure, yeah, I remember that.
Go to Benchwarmer Bob's, baby. I loved living up there in Brooklyn Park. It was a great place to live. Definitely. But then
Before I go, do you guys want tacos or do you want hamburgers?
Tacos. Always.
Either one. One of each. How about that?
Got to do one or the other.
Tacos.
Okay, when are we going to do this? When are we doing this?
Tacos. Arriba. Did you know Taco Bell is trying to get Taco John's to drop the trademark Taco Tuesday?
Why?
Because it is Taco Bell's position that Taco John's should not be able to lay claim to be the only people to use the phrase Taco Tuesday.
Oh.
They argue because it's such a well-known thing in our society that Taco John's can no longer possibly stop everyone from using that phrase, even though that they've got the patent for it. Did you know that?
Really?
That Taco John's had the patent for Taco Tuesday?
I did not know that.
I agree with that. I think that's now so mainstream, Taco Tuesday, you can't have trademarked that. It's kind of like when Mariah Carey tried to trademark Queen of Christmas. You can't trademark that.
Queen of Christmas, you try to trademark that.
You can't. I think at some point you have to acknowledge, and I did not think I'd ever go out against Taco John's in my life. I love Taco John's.
Same.
But I am have to say, Taco John's, you're in the wrong. Like, that's not yours anymore. It really
I don't know if
was.
I was them, I would defend it. Like, they turned it into a thing, right? Like, it's a cultural thing now.
Yeah, but I'm so...
How do you enforce it? I don't know, but they were so good at making Taco Tuesday into something. You just give that up?
When we lived in Minot, you always went Taco Tuesday. It's the cheapest tacos you can ever get.
Where was this?
In Minot, North Dakota.
Boy, when I think Mexican food, I think Minot.
Well, I don't even know if you think. I don't think when Mexican food is even associated with Taco John's.
Yeah, that's a possibility. You know what I would do, and I'm very serious about this. If I were the one that was forced to stop using Taco Tuesday, I would literally put out this big campaign. We changed it to Taco Thursday because that starts with a T too.
Why not? See?
I think you'd grab a lot of Taco Thursday. It'd be huge.
You'd have to call it
right before the weekend.
Taco Thursday.
Taco Thursday. How about that?
Taco Thursday.
Come on up for Taco Thursday.
Sushi Thursday as well.
But wouldn't you do some smart ass thing like that?
Yes.
That's
what
a good
I'd
idea.
Do. Like, really, because why? What's Taco Tuesday anyway? They'd
Exactly. Taco
Screw you
Thursday.
guys.
The weekend starts tomorrow. I'm a Taco Thursday.
Or
I'm good to
Wacko
go.
Wednesday.
Wacko Wednesday. You
I
can do
think
that.
they also had like soft shell Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't think that one quite took off.
No,
in the same
Waffle
way.
Wednesday. Is that Waffle Wednesday? Was that good?
I don't know. They don't travel well, so don't pick them up and carry them elsewhere.
Yeah.
I was so pregnant and drove by Hutch and saw there was
I love Hutchinson.
a Taco Bell right off the main road, and I destroyed some food. I remember, and then like they put the potato olays in the burrito, and you're just yes, 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 yes. Best.
Meat and cheese burrito or the what is it? What is it that burrito called with the frickin'?
I don't know.
With the olays in it, I can't think of it right now. It's a gift from God.
It's
It's from God.
I agree.
I've never had one. What is it?
Oh, and it will make you like it. You have to buy so many different things because you can never remember the things you like there. And then you just feel like the fact that you eat potato olays in something so casually and then get another thing of potato olays, it's like a gut punch later, but it is so worth it.
Yeah,
Taco Thursday. That's all I'm saying.
Taco Thursday.
I've been to that one in Hutch too, and my wife and I still joke about it. We were driving over to South Dakota, my grandma's a number of years ago, and we got Taco John's, and I was eating it as we were driving down Highway 212 in the dark. The next morning, I went out and looked in the car. It looked like a freaking crime scene. There was like grease, all over the steering wheel. It was just horrid.
Oh no, it's not a good look. And my husband we were so hypersensitive. I'd gotten COVID while pregnant. We were so hypersensitive of what I was exposed to. So anytime I would eat just pure crap food, I would like have to try to hide it. But that one was almost impossible because he like walked in, he could like smell it on me, and I was like, oh.
That'll happen.
I don't know if it was like this around the rest of the states, but when I lived in Wisconsin, Taco John's used to specifically build Taco John's right next to like jail cells.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Because guys that would get out on work release,
oh yeah,
they could. I don't know if it was this for every state, but in Wisconsin, you didn't have to pay whatever the minimum wage was to people that were on work release. They only got like a certain amount of, for every if minimum
or maybe the
wage,
state would kick in or
yeah,
something.
whatever it was. So every time you'd find a Taco John's, you were like, look at that, another jail cell. It's right across the street from dudes that are doing 90 days, but they get out on work release.
Just
what
smart.
a world.
Yeah.
It's just smart.
Very smart.
I'm still going with Zantigo. There's still Zantigos around.
I do like Zantigo.
I love Zantigo.
That is wild. We literally got an email that exact second from
You did
Aaron
not.
that says, if you want great fast food tacos, Zantigos.
I love Zantigo. We
Old
used to have one in our
Shakopee
neighborhood.
Road.
Yep,
I'm
that's
going
exactly right.
I'm going to Rojo for lunch. I already made the call. I was going to go to lunch anyway.
Boy, it's so far away. Was it across the street?
Now you guys have me in a taco state of mind. So.
I haven't had Mexican food in a long time. Maybe I'll do the same.
I'd invite you, but
Leave me out of it. Get away from me. I've never liked her, Chris. I want you to know that.
to be honest, you're going to be working while I'm at lunch, so.
What another shock.
Sorry.
All right, a magnificent report, I thought. Really?
Thank you. Thank you.
I will talk to you later.
All right, I'll keep you updated on that duty ring tomorrow. I'll let
Duty
you know
ring.
the story with that.
Thanks.
Yep. All right.
Doody.
That's his duty.
It's his duty, ladies and gentlemen. We do have to take a break here. There's no question about that. Coming up, that 9 o'clock hour is right after this.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Hi, this is Tom Barnard. If you've been listening, you know I'm a fan of Nissan vehicles. I own an Altima. My son and daughter-in-law both own Nissans, and we bought them all at Walser Nissan stores here in the Metro. They hang their hats in Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. So why is Walser different than other Nissan stores? And why should you absolutely go there this month? Tell them I personally sent you to lease or buy your next vehicle. First, there's Walser Care, a complimentary powertrain warranty that will keep you covered for miles to come for free at Walser Nissan. This month, you can score 0% financing for up to 60 months on select Nissans, or you can lease the 2023 Nissan Pathfinder S for only $269 a month. You'll need to tell them you want the Tommy B deal, of course. That's understood. So, not just Nissan, but Walser Nissan, Burnsville, Wayzata, and Coon Rapids. Don't forget to let them know the Tom Barnard family sent you and ask for the Tommy B deal. Go to walser.com and select the Walser Nissan store nearest you.
$269 per month for 24 months. 10,000 miles per year. $5,900 due at signing. VIN PC261725.
This is Bob Sansevier, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialke from Bialke Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialke Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com.
Well, just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Mike Lindell and MyPillow are launching MyPillow 2.0. When Mike invented MyPillow, it had everything you could ever want in a pillow. 20 years later, he discovered a new technology that makes MyPillow even better. The MyPillow 2.0 has the patented adjustable fill of the original MyPillow, and now with the brand new fabric that is made with a temperature-regulating thread. The MyPillow 2.0 is the softest, smoothest, and coolest pillow you'll ever own. Say goodbye to tossing and turning and flipping your pillow over in the middle of the night. And more great news on the MyPillow 2.0. Buy one, get one free offer with promo code TOM. MyPillow 2.0, with its temperature-regulating technology, is 100% made in the USA and comes with a 10-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Just go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square to receive the MyPillow 2.0 buy one, get one free offer. Just when you thought MyPillow couldn't get any better, MyPillow 2.0 gives you the best pillow ever. Promo code TOM or call 800-516-5146 to get your MyPillow 2.0s now.
Hello, I'm Brad Huckle, President at North American Banking Company.
And I'm Mike Bilski, CEO at North American Banking Company.
As a community bank based right here in the Twin Cities, we believe in taking the time to get to know our customers and their businesses.
And part of that is hiring and cultivating a team of experienced lenders. When your business banks with us, you're not training in a new, inexperienced banker.
In fact, our bankers have worked with many of the same customers for years, earning their trust. We get to know you and your business, and you get to know and rely upon us.
When your business is looking to capitalize on an opportunity or solve a problem, we'll be here to help you.
Tom here. I know Brad and Mike, and I trust that with my banking, they've personally delivered on everything they've just said. So why not bank with my banker, North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. You guys were schmoozing this whole time and didn't set his camera up.
Oh, you have a camera right there. Sign in.
What is wrong with you?
You know, I actually started talking to him because I thought he was you, and I literally.
Kevin and I do look a lot alike.
That's what I said. I go, is that the first time that you were confused for each other? And so, yeah, I started talking to him thinking it was you, and so that alone threw me off for a while.
I can see that.
I was like, here's the thing, Tom, this article and this article. And he goes, what? I go, oh, you're not Tom.
So where is his picture?
I'll grab it. I'm on it. I don't know why I'm acting like you're going to do it.
The who's going to do it?
That Tevin's going to do it.
Oh, Tevin's going to... Okay, so should we wait and just...
No, you guys talk. We're still streaming.
No, I know. She tells me, well, we're still streaming.
Well, you're not
really?
acting like it.
You're a disaster.
Thank you.
Let me just point that out. I'd like to point that out. What did you just told me something? I had to find something somewhere on what?
Yeah, on our Tom's news stories on the bottom, there's a list.
Okay, Tom's news stories. There you go. I clicked on that. Okay, now the bottom there's a list under we need to discuss.
Nope. And there's a screenshot of the top 10 places to live.
Oh, there. Yeah, I see that right there. Okay.
And so this was a new ranking in its best places to live in the United States based on a number of factors, including cost of living, weather, and air quality. And then it was on Today's show today.
Oh, it's based off. That makes a lot more sense that it's based off of air quality as well. Because, then a lot of major cities are going to get
they're gone.
The axe. Yeah,
Which it's true. Makes sense.
Okay, if you ever been in these towns, let me know, for the three of you. Mm-hmm. Number 10 is Fayetteville, Arkansas. You ever been there?
They have not, but heard wonderful things.
Yep, I've been there. It's really nice.
Really?
Colorado Springs, Colorado.
The best.
I have.
Yeah,
love it. Very nice.
You love it? You guys love it?
Yeah, Uncle used to live there.
And so many Minnesotans.
Oh, really? In Colorado Springs?
Everywhere you go, you just see people in like Minnesota sports hats.
Really?
Twins, Vikings. Yeah, they love it out there.
Yeah, I've been there before, but I never noticed that kind of thing. Portland. Oh, wait a minute. Charlotte, North Carolina. That's a nice place. Well, not for black people, Kevin. You're out of the mix.
No.
You know, the deep South, you know.
Yes, shy away from there.
You shy away from there if you want.
Yeah, Larry Johnson only made it there because they thought he was a white guy with the name Larry Johnson.
That's exactly right.
Mhm.
That's exactly right. Portland, Maine is number 7.
Wonderful.
I've never been to Maine. I got to get to Maine. I've heard it's great.
I lived in New Hampshire for a little while.
Oh, right,
And
yeah.
while we'd go up to Maine and go whale watching, and yeah, it's wonderful.
And then the haven for every Minnesotan leaving the state for the winter to go to Florida, Naples, Florida is number 6.
Wow.
Honest to God, that's one of the reasons we didn't move over there. There are too many Minnesotans over there.
Yeah, there's certain hubs, whether it's like Florida, Arizona, things like that, where you're like, everybody is just we all just flock to the exact same location down
They
south.
do. I mean, you go over there. Naples is beautiful. Don't get me wrong; it's very, very nice. But I'm more of a city guy, so West Palm Beach is much better for me because I like it when people tell me to go F myself. You know what I mean?
Humbles you.
Well, I feel at home.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they're too nice over in Naples. No, Naples is gorgeous, but that whole area. What's the name of that little island just off of Naples? It's kind of between Naples and Fort Myers.
I don't know, but I've.
What the hell's the name of that island?
know,
It's
but-
very famous.
I don't know. As you're talking about it, though, I remember driving from Fort Myers to Naples, and there's this sort of stretch in between where you're like, why is there nothing here?
There's nothing there.
There's
true.
There's one like video game store where they sell like video games from the 80s and 90s. And then there's one taco stand, and then all of a sudden you end up in the middle of Naples, and you're like, whoa, I didn't realize I was just parachuting into one of the richest spots in America.
Oh, was Naples that wealthy?
I don't know. When I drove through there, I was like, ooh, this seems like a little too
there's a lot of dough
hoity-toity
there, yeah.
high end. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's still that Palm Beach Island. Oh my God! Did I tell you that one, Tevin?
Nope.
Palm Beach Island, Florida, over in the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
On that island, and it is an island, by the way.
Yep.
48 billionaires.
Jesus.
What? That is a wealthy island.
Yeah, they're doing okay.
48 billionaires.
You can't afford the HOA over there.
No, you can. We cannot.
I only live next to 12. I mean,
Yeah,
that
see,
is
that's
how lame.
Much lower.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then you got Sarasota, Florida is number 5. You got Boulder, Colorado, number 4. A lot of college towns in here.
Is there?
I wonder why so many college towns. Number 3 is Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina. Again, Tevin, you're out of the mix.
Unless you're on the North Carolina basketball team, I think is.
Yes,
UNC.
that's exactly right. Huntsville, Alabama. Tevin.
Huntsville, Alabama made this list. I've never been there. I don't know what it's like, but I am totally going, really?
Huntsville is a big, I don't know.
I don't know. The first time I ever drove through Alabama, I was like, if Steven Spielberg made a movie here, he would have to make it look less like Alabama.
Oh, yeah, he would.
Because there
You're
are just
right.
Confederate flags and above ground pools in
yeah.
the driveway and just dirt paths at a trailer.
Yep.
It is a total shithole.
It is pretty amazing. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, so I like on Huntsville, Alabama touristy websites right now. You guys, it doesn't look bad. Like, we should all move to Huntsville.
Is that it's on the ocean, huh?
I know, I think
I
those are
thought that was
just
the ocean, but
like
that's the
water
sky. Okay.
features.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I know these are for trying to trick us into going there.
Mm-hmm.
Consider me tricked.
You're gonna go vacation in
Yeah.
Huntsville.
There's a big. Is it a space center? Not a space center, but do they build like rocket ships there or some damn thing in Huntsville?
I don't know, but they got on top of being the #1 place to live. They already have.
They're not number 1.
Oops.
They're number 2.
Number 2.
Oh, here's their other advertisement. #2 place to live. They have a #1, and maybe they were number 1 years ago.
Yeah. If you can't afford Birmingham, come to Huntsville.
I'm going, you guys. Hey, look at that. That looks beautiful there.
Birmingham is sad. You ever been to Birmingham?
I have. Yeah, it's a little sad.
It's, I mean, because I'm going to the Martin Luther King Center and doing all that stuff,
Sure.
and it just you drive down. Is it? I think it's County Road 5 or something like that to get in from the freeway, and there must be 50 businesses just shut down on the way in.
Yeah.
It's just really sad. I don't know what the hell is your economy just not doing all that great.
You know what it reminded me of when I drove through it? It reminded me of a flat Duluth from like the late 90s.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly what it is.
A lot of businesses
Good call.
closed up. I mean, Duluth is thriving now, but 20 years
Yeah.
ago it was tough times in the city, baby.
It was indeed, no doubt. The number one best place to live in the United States is Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Somebody from Green Bay made this article.
They have. Why would you live in Green Bay? I've never even been to Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Green Bay is impeccable. I love it.
I knew you were going to say that,
Is it
and
really?
I feel like it's similar to Minneapolis in some ways.
So I had to do a corporate gig there in downtown Green Bay like 9 months ago, and the Waze was saying you are 6 minutes from your destination, and I was like, I am in the middle of a cornfield right now. How the hell am I next to Green Bay, Wisconsin? And then you go you just literally go over a hill on the highway, and you're like, oh, there's the city, and that's all of it, because the town is only I think. The whole metro is like 60,000 people.
Yeah, it's not
or
many
something.
people.
Yeah,
That's
it's tiny.
true.
It's very nice. It's very clean. It's great.
That's kind of like Billings, Montana. All of a sudden, you're just in the middle of nowhere, and you go, "Holy cripes!" Now I'm in the center of downtown within a couple minutes.
I just love this. I'm looking at a picture of Judd Zulgad, and underneath it says, Sports Dad.
Sports Daddy.
Are you Sports Dad?
Daddy. Oh, my gosh.
Hello, children. What's going on?
You little children over there.
Yes, I spent 2 years, 2 football seasons in a Star Tribune experiment living in Green Bay during the season covering the Packers. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Green Bay, and I didn't mind it, but if Green Bay is the best place to live, the author of what you just went through should be drug tested immediately.
Not great, huh?
Well, it's, you know what? During football season, it's a lot of fun. Because there's
I could see
there's
that.
an atmosphere that's great. It's obviously it sadly becomes sort of the epicenter of Wisconsin during football season. But I went back for a few of the off-season camps, Tom, and I'm going to tell you right now, there was nothing there.
Really?
When football clears out, there's nothing there.
Yeah, I've never been there.
Really? You've never been to a Packer game, huh?
I've never been to Green Bay. Nope. Never even been
You got to
anywhere
go to
near
a Packer
Green Bay.
game.
What's that famous golf course on the east coast of Wisconsin there? It's, what the hell's the guy's name? I can't remember. They're like 4 They played the, I don't know, one of the big turn. Yeah, Kohler. Yeah, it's in Kohler.
Kohler, yeah.
What's the name of that? What the hell's the name of that? They're like 4 golf courses right together there, right? Something like that.
That sounds right, yeah.
But I can't remember the guy's name. Beautiful golf courses, though. That's as close as I've ever been to Green Bay.
Packer games are fun. I will say that. Now you don't drink now, so it might not be as much fun, but it's an experience.
Everybody else drinks, though.
Oh,
everybody shows up
Wisconsin.
hammered.
That's what that's what I hear.
And they have that drunk. They have that van the police come in with. It's like they just fill that up with drunks. And then until it's full, they don't go back to the station. I forget what it's like.
If somebody's getting thrown out for being intoxicated. Type,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a big truck that has seats in the back, and
Paddy
it looks
wagon?
yes, and it looks almost
Sounds like an old paddy wagon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's
there you
when we were
go.
there. I was like, "What's that for?" They go, "Oh yeah, they're not going to go back and forth for in public intoxication."
sure.
So you're just sitting there with a bunch of people until it's full, and then you get to go back to the station. I was like, we should have a reality show where we just watch those interactions.
Yep. You put a little camera up in the
So-
get the guy from what's the taxi show? The
Cash Cab.
Get the cash cab.
Benjamin
guy.
something, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that guy's Ben. What the hell is
I
his
don't know,
name?
but I love Cash Cab. And he'd be so
Damn
funny
right.
if he was quizzing them.
Also, well, it probably only takes about 5 minutes to fill that van up and
I
then
know.
get over to the station.
Can you imagine you'd be pissed if you want to be the last one. You don't want to be the first
no.
one sitting there and you go, oh, gotta wait 20 more minutes.
I think I would want to be the third one in, so that way the conversation's already going. Because that's got to be some great stories of just everybody's got the story. I wasn't even that drunk in the stand.
In Wisconsin, I guarantee though, they were that drunk. It's the one drinking in Wisconsin is one stereotype that is 1,000% correct. It's unbelievable.
Spent a lot of time in Siren, Wisconsin. Drinking, baby.
Yeah, Siren, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah. Love Siren, Wisconsin.
My parents have a cabin in Webster, and was it the poorhouse? They have.
Oh, don't bring that up around me.
Your eyes just got so serious.
There's a true story. The poorhouse in Siren, Wisconsin,
Yep.
right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm up there with 3 of my buddies, and we go into the poorhouse, and it's packed, and I mean packed. And we're looking around, and I said, fellas, I'll just give you a little heads up here. These people don't want us in here. They can just tell that we're not from here, and
Yeah.
they don't want us in their bar.
Yeah.
So this guy sidles up to my friend Bruce. I won't use his last name because, privacy issues. This guy sidles up to my friend Bruce. He goes, what the hell are you guys doing here? Bruce goes, what are you talking about? He goes, you're not from around here. What are you doing in our bar? He goes, we're just going to have a beer and we're going to move on. It's not that big a deal. Well, what if I don't want you to have the beer? Bruce hit him in the face with a beer bottle. And it was all of a sudden about 200 against 4. It was a real thrill, I'll tell you that.
Got your heart rate up there a little bit.
The heart rate got way up there. Honest to God, it was like 200 guys closing in on the 4 of us.
The best time I've ever had at Wisconsin bars was, I think was it 2 years ago? Or St. Patrick's Day about a year and a half ago, or a little over a year ago. I was very, very pregnant. And normally when I go to bars, I'm kind of boring because I don't drink. And you're right, it's like the cabin people and the locals.
Yep, exactly.
Being pregnant at Wisconsin bars, everyone wants to feed you. Everyone loves that you're there. Everyone's like, can you get you water? People take pictures
nice
with
to know.
you. And they're grilling out. They're like, we're going to make sure your burger is extra done. Don't worry. Being pregnant at a St. Patrick's parade in Wisconsin was the best time I've ever had. A guy in a grizzled man in all leather in a motorcycle was driving by, and I was walking back to my car, and he slows down, puts his hand on my belly, and says, "You take care of yourself, mama." And I was the best moment I ever had.
You're like a celebrity.
I was like a celebrity, and my husband's like, "You let him touch your belly?" And I was like, it felt so right.
Did he take that well?
He was just so you're so cautious about everything. I go, no, this felt right. This felt right.
And Wisconsin dive bars, they're just so different. If you go to the right one, and it's unless you're getting in a fight with 200 people after hitting them with
Which
a beer
you don't
bottle.
want to do.
No.
Yeah.
But everybody's
want that.
friendly. I don't know how any of them stay in business because it seems like everything is $2. I know that you can't be making a ton of money off this. You're just here to get drunk with your friends.
Yeah.
It's an amazing time.
It was so fun.
Yeah, when I first moved up to the cities, I was a big PBR drinker.
Mm-hmm.
So first time I came, I went to Apple Valley, and I was like, "Hey, I'll take a can of Pabst Blue Ribbon." And the bartender was like, "That'll be $4.75." I was like, "For a 6-pack of?" Because in La Crosse, Wisconsin, last night I paid $1.25 for one of these.
Oh, it's a whole different world. There's no doubt about that. God. Looking back we were so lucky we didn't get killed that night. It was unbelievable.
You are so lucky.
What was Bruce thinking? That seems very aggressive to go from being questioned to bottle in the face.
I don't think it's pronounced thinking. I think it's pronounced drinking.
Yes.
Good
So
point.
there you have it.
Good point.
Oh,
Still, I would not, no matter how drunk I got.
I know.
At this point, I would. It's been a long time since my first thought was, let's brawl.
And the thing about that is, when you did eventually get knocked down, you better go into the tuck because they're going to start kicking you in the face.
Oh.
So you got to go into the tuck and just let them kick you, and nothing else you can do.
Yeah, that's like one of those movies where it's now we're just sprinting for the door,
Yep.
car
Roadhouse.
squeal, tires squeal on the way out.
Exactly.
I could just see it. Who throws a beer bottle in a face? That is so next
He
level.
didn't throw it. He held it in his hand and hit him in the face.
Oh,
with
good.
it.
And especially to go
Which
from
is worse, actually.
Yeah, no, it's nuts.
and especially to go from we're just here for one beer and we're just gonna keep it going to full force
in all about 2 minutes.
0 to 100.
0 to
The cops
100
show
in 2
up?
minutes, baby. Oh yes, the cops showed up definitely.
Okay, yeah.
Were you still there when the cops showed up?
Yeah, I got lucky. I was kind of I don't know why, but I got smoked a couple of times, but nowhere near as much as everybody else.
You just kind of take a couple steps back and go.
No, I just went into the tuck. I'm not letting these people kick me in the face. Not going to happen.
That would be my go-to in a situation like
You
that.
gotta go, and they hit you with the beer bottles in the back and stuff. Doesn't hurt as much as in the face.
Yeah, I would think so. My recommendation to you: buy a fake baby bump because then you'll be lovable.
Well, back when I used to weigh like 320, I already had one.
Maybe that's why they were nice to you.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
He's expecting.
That's exactly.
Get him a
Leave
chair.
alone. Lady, you've got a very deep voice. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Appreciate that.
I did love that, though. The Siren, Wisconsin, we'd go up there, and in the wintertime, we'd play touch football in the middle of winter up there in about 4 feet of snow. It was colder than some bitch. God, we loved doing that. We had a ball. It's a good area. Well, like I said, in general, when we went back to the poorhouse, they didn't recognize anybody.
No, your face isn't up on the wall.
No, it's not. Thank God. So that's
Wanted
good.
posters.
No, is
Can
it
you
still
imagine
even
them
there?
telling that story? Their
Oh, I
point of view,
know.
especially if they knew you were Tom Bernard. Like,
Oh, that would've
let me
been
tell
huge.
you about this. I bet they talk about you and salute the broken window
Yeah.
that was there. Like,
I
let me
wouldn't
tell
doubt
you
it.
how we got that.
I will tell you, there's a lot of that stuff. They were all big listeners to the show back in the day, and now this show goes everywhere. So, I do remember walking in. You ever been to Louis' Finer Meats in was it Chamberlain, Wisconsin? Is it Chamberlain?
Cumberland, you mean?
Cumberland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Cumberland. You ever been to Louis' Finer Meats?
I believe so, yes.
It's a great butcher shop up there, and Louis has been a big fan of the morning shows for forever. We just walked in there about a year ago, and here comes Louis. He's got his, there, take this pack home with you, Tom. It was just, I love that place. Cumberland, all the way up to Siren. I mean, we were going to go to Duluth, as a matter of fact, over the 4th of July. It turns out we can't go because different people in the family have different obligations they have to take care of. But I still have got to get up to Grand Marais. I have never been to Grand Marais.
Oh, you have to go. It's
That's
great.
what I hear. I heard it's just gorgeous.
It's
I gotta get up
fantastic.
there.
Yes.
But I mean, it's one of these days we'll get up. That's what, about a 5-hour drive from here?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's it's been a long time, but I want to say it's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from Duluth.
I think it is an hour and a half from Duluth, and that's about
Yep.
what. That's
But you'd love it.
That's
It's
what I
worth it.
hear from everybody. Everybody tells me I would love Grand Marais, no doubt about it. I had a friend that used to go up there when we were kids. I don't know what the hell. I had a friend, my buddy Wayne. His family went up to their cabin every Friday after his dad got off from work, and came back every Sunday night. And they had a cabin on Lake of the Woods. What is that, about an 18-hour drive up there?
I drive it quite a bit. It's about 5.5 if you're hauling ass. and there's
if
nobody
you're
on the highway.
moving, yeah.
That's a long drive.
That's Canada, right?
Yeah, it's-
Basically.
yeah,
Basically, yeah.
The bridge to Canada is in downtown Baudette.
But Bronco Nagurski lived up there, didn't he?
Of course.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never been up to Lake of the Woods. But they would literally get in the car at 5 o'clock on a Friday, so they'd get there about 11 o'clock at night, or maybe midnight back in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And essentially, you're there long enough to turn around and come back
Come
home.
back, exactly.
Yeah.
And mow the lawn, though.
Yeah, we got to mow the
That's
lawn. Yes.
Those poor people that own cabins and think that their life is great, they go up there and they have to work on the damn cabin.
They do.
I can barely work on my house.
Yeah, Judd, let me tell you from experience, it's a work farm. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a work farm.
Yeah,
Don't get me
yeah.
wrong, it's great, but right now's the best time because there's no bugs. It takes a while for the lawn to grow, but boy, that mid-July, if you take 2 weeks off and you come back, you're like, it's nothing but mosquitoes and weeds.
Oh, Jesus.
It's awful.
It's not good. No question about it. So, did you see, by the way, that Kevin Bacon and Soul Asylum are coming to the State Fair?
Saw that this morning.
We got to reach out to Kevin Bacon and have him come in the studio between shows because he's there for 2 days, so he's hanging around one day. We got to reach out to Kevin and bring him into the studio. That guy, I've never met him. Talked to him on the phone a couple times, but I've never met him. I just love his work. I think he's terrific.
Because he's the Let's Dance guy, like Footloose.
Yeah, Footloose.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's him.
Make sure we're talking about the same person.
I'm worried that was like. you
That's
had
his
to
most
ask.
famous movie, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
But when you said "Let's Dance," I was like, is Tevin talking about David Bowie?
No, when he's like, let's
Let's
dance. When he's like,
dance.
let's dance. Yeah, the town that, yeah. they
The,
don't like
the
fun.
legal to dance. That's,
Right.
And he was all like, let's dance. And they were like, no. That's how you sound like your description of his movie is.
God nailed it.
His career, though, is incredible.
Oh, great career. I'm telling you, City on a Hill is one of the best procedurals in years. There's, like 8 episodes per season for 3 seasons, I think. Maybe 10 episodes per season. But I've watched them all, and I'd watch them again. He is incredibly good in that show. No question about it. Now, Soul Asylum, they're from where, like Wayzata or something?
Yeah, I know they used to play a lot on the West Bank. Used to play like the 400 bar, but they're definitely Minnesota boys.
What was the guy's lead singer's name again?
Dave Prynn.
Is that his name? Dave Perner.
Perner, yeah, and Dan Murphy, Carl Mueller, Pat Morley.
Dan Murphy retired. I think he got out a couple of years ago.
We just had him in.
He's part of the band.
He's not. We had him in studio but 2 weeks ago because you know whose brother-in-law he is? Doug Sprinthal.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, Doug and Dan Murphy, I believe, are related, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he came in studio. He's a really, really nice guy. And we're telling a story about Dave Perner because there was some. Oh, he was dating.
Winona Ryder.
Winona Ryder. He was dating Winona Ryder. And as a joke, I said, oh, that'll last a long time. He's got a real shot at that. And he was so pissed off at me. He was playing like the State Fair or down at some gathering, walks on stage, walks up to the mic and goes, KQRS morning show sucks.
Take that.
But, Tom, you were exactly right, I'm sure. So vindication probably came quickly.
I thought it was great.
I love that.
But Dan Murphy and I talked that he was sitting right down there, and we were talking about that whole thing and how pissed off Dave was. I've still never met Dave Perner. I should probably hook up with him one of these days, take him to lunch. I was only kidding, Dave, you big baby.
Yeah, you big baby.
Sugar tit.
Wow. Baby wanted his bottle.
No, she dated a lot of folks
she did.
At that time, though, so you were spot on.
Hey, there is no slut shaming on this show, Zach. Jeez, Judd. No slut shaming.
No, I'm just saying she did. Hey, she's in one of my favorite movies of all time, Heathers.
You know what?
Oh, yeah, Heathers
Winona,
good.
Have you tried to go back and rewatch Heathers? Because I showed it for my daughter the other day, and we got about halfway through it, and I was like, I think this movie sucks.
That's a terrible realization.
Yeah. It's because it was great in the 80s.
Yeah,
but boy,
yeah.
it does not hold up.
Yeah.
We shall see. So everybody's still in Soul Asylum except for Dan Murphy?
I think that was it. Yeah, I was looking them up. And
looks like there are 3 guys now.
Yeah.
They look pissed off in their promo picture.
I think they're supposed to. That's their look.
Maybe they were listening to me on the morning show again. It's all pissed off about it.
They don't seem like the type that would do full grin smiles.
No, they're not going to smile at you a lot.
Like a boy band, maybe?
Yeah.
Good
Even
band,
the boy
though.
bands go,
I still love Runaway Train. I think that's a great song.
Oh, it's so good.
A really good song.
The episode of The Office when Michael Scott is sitting on the train and he's singing Runaway Train might be one of the best scenes ever.
I love that damn show to this day. I will watch it over and over and over again. I love that show.
That episode's the one where he goes, I declare bankruptcy!
What a nut job that man is.
So good. Oh, and side note, somebody messaged in saying, was it the Webb Lake parade that I went to? That was the St. Patrick's Day one, and it absolutely was the Webb Lake
Where's that?
parade. It's all near each other. It's not too, I wouldn't say it's too far from Siren, but it was my friend.
Oh, okay.
Julia's cabin is there, and so, yeah. So, and then somebody else reached out saying that they had seats next to the owner of the Poorhouse. His name was Greg. The Poorhouse, I sit next to the owner, Greg, during Viking season, and this guy's name is Jeff. So now we're going to have to ask Jeff to maybe casually mention that.
Yes, Jeff needs to talk to Greg, home opener against Tampa Bay. See if he remembers.
Hey, remember when Barnard got kicked in the back at your bar? Remember that?
Colin!
Because you go into the tuck and so they start kicking you right in the spine.
Yeah, of course.
They love doing that.
They love it.
You'll get over it, right? They didn't shoot me anyway, so that was good.
We're very thankful for that.
As long as you
that's really good, Tom. We're glad about that.
It is. Well, I'm glad about it. I know that.
That'd be a setback for everybody.
Couple kicks to the back.
Got to take a couple of minute break here. We'll be right back. More with Tevin Pittman in studio. Judd Zulgad. We're still on fire. That's all I'm saying. We'll be right back.
This is the Tom Barnard Morning Show.
Tom Barnard here. Are you ready for some throttle therapy? Cruise the water in luxury on a brand new Bennington pontoon from Power Lodge. Enjoy sunset from the water, entertain the kids, and float on the lakes all summer long. It all starts at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge, with locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine of St. Cloud. Hundreds of pontoons in stock across all Power Lodge locations. Your summer fun begins at Brainerd's newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Enjoy the best days of summer on your your favorite lakes in a brand new Bennington pontoon from the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge in Ramsey. With locations in Brainerd, Onamia, Ramsey, and Miller Marine in St. Cloud, and hundreds of Benningtons in stock across all locations, the Power Lodge is your destination before you hit the lakes this summer and cruise at sunset. Fun begins at the Lodge, the Twin Cities' newest Bennington dealer, the Power Lodge. Get some throttle therapy on land and water, millermarine.com and powerlodge.com, and you can tell them Tommy sent you.
The new Tom Barnard Morning Show is proud to have partners like North American Banking Company, Bradshaw and Bryant, MyPillow, and attorney and advertiser Dave Bialke.
I've been advertising on Tom Barnard shows for years. I like Tom, not just because he's a good guy, but because the ads I run on his show bring me new clients that are hurt at work and need legal help. Tommy B works for me.
Grow results for your business by partnering with the Tom Barnard Morning Show. Visit TomBarnardShow.com, keyword partner.
Judd, I know you're looking great these days, my man. Obviously, you've been hard at work, but 40 pounds is what you lost? That's unbelievable.
That's exactly right. Thanks to my friends at Livia Weight Control Centers. And the most important thing is that they are going to help you keep that weight off as well. In fact, how would you like to lose up to 10 pounds by Memorial Day? You can with the doctor recommended program from my friends. Join today and you're going to get 3 months for free. That's right, 3 months free. So you're going to cruise into summer looking good and feeling great. All those clothes that might not fit now, well, guess what? They're going to fit by summer. 855-GO-LIVEA, Livia.com, LIVEA.com. 3 months free. It's your ticket to weight loss.
Rudy is the ultimate professional.
I'm doing my Brittany impression. How the hell did you miss your cue?
He literally told me. No, okay.
He comes
Tevin.
in. He comes in and goes, "Hey, we're 60 seconds away from the live spot with Judd." And Brittany goes, "Oh my gosh, thank you. I almost forgot." Sits here.
Then you forgot anyway.
I don't even know.
Oh my God, you're an embarrassment.
And then I look up and I see he's talking about it, and literally, pit of my stomach goes, "Goop."
I'm walking by and I hear Rudy going, Judd, let me ask you a question. I'm like, God, Brittany's voice has dropped.
Because I literally have one job for these 3 hours.
One job!
One job in these 3 hours. I don't have any other thing that I have to, and he came in here, Brittany, heads up, 60 seconds. Thanks, I would have totally forgot. Start writing emails back to listeners. Next thing I know, that music I hear in the background and Rudy talking, and I was like, Hey, Judd, why don't you tell us what's going on with your
It's too late now.
Yeah, too late.
Rudy
Sorry.
covered for you.
Hey.
Swing and a miss.
You owe him.
Oh, that was so bad. Like,
You're a disaster.
I need sleep. That was so bad.
Oh, okay, now you're tired.
Oh my God,
now it's the lack of sleep.
Real talk though.
I can't get through the day.
I got like 9 hours last night. She slept through the night, so I can't even blame the baby.
I just looked at a headline. I'm not even going to read the story, but this is something you would do. You would miss the queue, and man tried to switch places with his dog during the DUI. A guy gets pulled over for DUI, tries to switch places with his dog.
What are you saying when the cop rolls up? Like, what are you going, oh,
What do you
he's
want?
a terrible driver. He's not a good boy.
Puppy. Honest to God.
Could you imagine putting Jude in the passenger driver's seat?
Oh, God.
He's sorry, he's got his permit. He's not very good yet.
My favorite is still, it was on an episode of Cops, and a cop pulls over a guy for drunk driving, and he walks up, and the guy's literally giving this the head bob, that kind of deal.
Yeah.
He's sitting behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Walks up, he goes, "Excuse me, sir, you been drinking?" Goes, "Well, yes, officer, I've been drinking, but I must tell you." He goes, "What must you tell me?" "Well, I only had one beer." And the cop goes, "Yeah? Well, it must have come in a 55-gallon drum."
It was a keg.
That guy was hammered, baby.
That's funny.
The cop, that was very, very, it must have come in a 50. He's like, "I got my..."
I don't know a lot of people. There's still some people, not in the cities, but definitely up north, that definitely have a couple of road beers when they drive.
Oh, yeah.
That's such a thing, man. And I remember when I was like 12 years old, my stepdad, we were leaving the Hibbing Raceway. And we were down in the pits, like hanging out with the guys, and they got coolers of beer, and my dad had a beer between his legs. We're driving home, and we pull up to a stop sign in the city of Hibbing, and behind us, the cop lights go. And I'm like, oh my God, we're getting pulled over. And my dad literally takes the beer out of between his legs and he goes, here, hang on to this, and hands it to me. 12-year-old me, and goes, here.
Thank you.
I was like, well, what do you want me to do with it? He's like, well, don't spill it. I was like, okay.
I want it after we leave.
And luckily, like, we pulled off to the side of the road and the cop went around us. And then I handed him his beer back.
Oh, really?
And I was like, well, what a dick move, man. You're trying to pin me for boozing it up in the car at
underage.
Yeah.
He's got a real problem, this 12-year-old.
My 12-year-old, I can't stop him. My old man in the 70s used to drive with a full glass of wine in the car, in the console. Wow. Like, I remember him, he would go out and be like, I don't know, 76 or so, with a glass of wine that, is it Carlo Rossi? It was absolute garbage. It was garbage. But anyway, so he would drive with the glass of wine, sipping on it in the car.
In like an actual like wine glass, or was it just like
just a glass.
Okay.
He's not ridiculous, Tevin.
Yeah.
Long stem.
That would spill, Tevin.
Yeah, Tevin.
Just want to make sure we're all the
They
same
don't
page.
fit in cup holders, Tevin.
My bad. You know, I'm an idiot.
Actually, they do. I've tried it before. Anyway. So
You need the stemless. Stemless on that one will sit in
stemless.
nicely.
There you go. That'll work just beautifully. God, it's been 11 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been 11 years since I swelled. And by the way, when I gave up drinking, it didn't bother me a bit.
Okay.
I quit, and I just quit.
Well, then.
But they told me, because I went to up to those glass deals.
Yeah.
They said, you're not an alcoholic. You're just nuts.
Yeah.
So is that a better thing to be crazy?
Yeah, because it's harder to lose that one. Because I
You're
can
never
quit
gonna lose
drinking,
that
but
one.
like that's with you forever,
Hey,
bro.
I was thinking about this, though, Rudy. I just discovered something I actually got from my father, being nuts. So that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pass down something.
Yeah, exactly.
What
That
the
was
hell?
it.
Your
that was everything.
inheritance is mental illness.
Mental illness, Tom. Take care of it.
Must be nice.
Well, who the hell else would get into radio, for Christ's sake? You got to be nuts. Got to be out of your mind.
I know.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I'm thinking about myself here. Let's see. I've gone newspapers, which of course were dying.
Oh God.
And now, at least the world that we're all in now is not dying. That's the good thing, right?
Right.
Well, Rudy
AM radio was.
Rudy and I had a discussion before the show started this morning that you're with the right company, because when it all goes tits up, Hubbard's going to be the only one left standing. Mm-hmm. They just are, because they don't have deep debt like everybody else does. Mm-hmm. I mean, that whole market's going to blow up in the next couple of years like you ain't going to believe.
There is nothing worse, in my opinion, in this business than when people on Wall Street expect results.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, that's where it all comes apart. Well, we have to make more. Like, instead of, it's weird. They never say, you know what, 2017 was a great year, right? So let's lower the expectations in 18. They say, how can we do more in 18? And it's like, you probably can't.
Yeah.
But the Strib went from, because for my first, 10 plus years, Kohl's owned the Strib, and the Kohl's family was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sold to, I want to say, McClatchy, which was public, and which bought up a ton of stuff, and it was a disaster.
Yeah, it was. Well, they destroy everything they touch, these hedge fund people. They're not good people. They just, money, that's all they care about. It's unfortunate.
Well, I mean, Hubbard Broadcasting put, I believe, like 8 to 10 years into a radio station here in town before it actually started making money.
Yep.
Because that's how much they believed in it. Where any other company, you'd give it 18 months to 2 years, and you're like, we're pulling the plug. We're canning everybody, and we're flipping formats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now that it's a total moneymaker. They did it the right way. Yeah.
No, I agree with you 100%. You're not going to find another company. And look, we're not just sucking up to the Hubbards here. I don't work for the Hubbards. I'm in a partnership with them.
I want to suck up after I've dropped the ball, so I'm going to
Well, you should suck up. You're a totally goddamn disaster.
Hubbard, I love you. I will call you daddy.
I still cannot get used to calling her Jenny.
Hubbard or Jenny Morris.
Jenny Morris. You can't get used. I still call her Jenny Hubbard.
I'll call her whatever she wants me to call her.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm with Brittany on this.
Settle down, you big babies.
Yeah.
God, I've always adored that woman. Don't tell her I said that.
I will never.
God, I've known her for 50. I think she was like 8 years old when I met her. I think that's right.
She's cool.
She's a very nice person. The whole damn outfit is. But yeah, I love this whole deal going through, just checking on some things yesterday. And of course, you and Phil, and then you got Joe and the whole crew set the tone, so it made it a lot easier for everybody.
It's a ton of fun.
It is a ton of fun. I have one job left, is I have to alert about 93% of the people that I'm still working. Because
really?
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of people who have no idea the show's even on yet. That takes time. You know that.
Yeah, people.
But the billboards, I would have thought the billboards.
Well, a lot of people don't even look at billboards anymore. And it was great of them to do that. I'm not, believe me. I cannot tell you the last billboard I looked at other than looking for those. Do you look at billboards when you're driving by?
No. You'll notice them, but it's not like it sticks with you.
Yeah. No, but those I'm sure they did a great job, and it was money well spent, but it's just one of those situations that I literally have to figure out a way to get it. I'm going to start knocking everybody's door. By the way, I told them not to tell everybody that I was retiring, and they did it anyway.
Yeah.
Which really pisses me off, and that's why you got your ass kicked in ratings, and I'm happy. So there you go.
There's that.
No, hey, they brought it on themselves.
Yeah.
Blow it out your ass. You got that? Here, let me look right at the camera.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Look right into it. You don't strike me as a guy who's going to retire, Tom.
Yeah, I'm not a retirement kind of guy.
Like I'm not.
That's very true.
I have no interest in retiring.
Well, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I'll be honest with you. As this show is built over the last 2.5 months, it gets, for me, I don't know about, Brittany and Rudy, but for me, it gets better every day. I enjoy doing this more. First of all, I have never been on a show where 3 hours blows by as quickly as this show. It just goes, we got 27 minutes left.
Yeah, I have so much fun. Even when I screw up, I laugh so
Like every day, you
hard.
mean?
Oh, yeah, every day. I laugh so hard.
I'm still waiting for my cue.
Hey, Judd.
I'm still waiting.
Hey, Mr. Zulgad. Don't hold your breath, Judd.
Honestly, I'm walking by and there's Rudy. Well, what do you think, Judd? How's the thing going?
And that's man, I laugh so hard on this show, and during the commercial, I laugh so hard. I just still can't believe. I would not be shocked if tomorrow they're like, yeah, you do nothing.
They're probably putting up like an Indeed ad right now, like now hiring on-air talent.
I don't think they would call my replacement or myself talent, but I appreciate it.
You hear all these people arguing with you about that?
Oh, calm down, everyone. Don't rush to defend me,
Brittany,
gentlemen.
what are you talking about?
You're magnificent.
I thought so.
I've always thought that the term talent is one of the silliest things I've ever heard.
Oh, especially in radio.
I know, right?
Yeah,
radio talent. Yeah, okay.
When people ask me what my job is, they'll say, well, what do you do at the radio station? And I just say, on air. That's the only thing I can say that will not make me want to punch my own face.
You don't go like, I'm a radio personality.
I'm a radio personality.
No, because they've met me and they've realized I have no personality. I bring nothing to the table. So I just say on air. Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. Some of the craziest bastards I've ever met were in radio.
Of course.
There are some crazy some bitches in this business. There's no doubt. What is that? Why are they attracted to this business?
I think you have to be a certain type of crazy to think that people want to listen to you in particular.
That's true. Yeah.
I think that's it. But you know what, Tom? At least going back, it's probably not as much the case now. People in media are nuts. Like newspapers. Newspapers used to have a ton of wackos as well, and I probably qualified, and it was great fun. But I think the entire business itself draws a very interesting dynamic of a group of people.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. And you talked about the newspaper. Now I miss Sid again. All day I'll be missing Sid.
There's one of them. Let me tell you something, sir.
Bernard. Let me tell you something, Bernard. Stop talking about Carl Pohlad. He used to always get so pissed off at me when I'd criticize the Twins. Sydney, I miss you. I will tell you that flat out. I miss going to the ice cream shop over there by the St. Croix. What's the name of that again? I keep forgetting the name of that place. It's an ice cream shop. It's right by the St. Croix River. I cannot remember. It's kind of like, was it Afton Alps? Is that what that is over there?
It's not, you're talking about not St. Paul, like Nelson's or anything, are you?
No, it's it's right on
Stillwater.
No, it's on the other side. But Sydney loved that place. I used to love going over there with him, man. There were a lot of great people in this town, actually. Looking back, the Steve Cannons of the world. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I kind of admire a guy who sits and talks to himself all day long.
Selma's?
I think it is Selma. I think you're absolutely right. I think that's exactly what
With
it is.
different voices, too. Morgan
I know.
Mundane, Backlash LaRue,
Let me tell you something,
Mallinger.
Steve. Mallinger. I used to love that when he would do that. There's no question about that. Yeah, I don't know that people understand, and this is an absolute fact because I've lived in a lot of different cities. The radio and television people in this town are much better than any other market I've ever been in, and that includes L.A., well, not Chicago. Chicago's shoulder to shoulder. But New York and L.A., their talent on there is nowhere near as good as it is in this town. It's just not.
No, and even like driving around the country or like here, you'll get radio stations that are national that get syndicated when like our own local people aren't on. And a lot of times, I'd prefer listening to the local, obviously because they talk more about our area. But I think their just ability to communicate and do the job. You get a lot of national guys that do like all the corny radio type stuff, and we don't get a lot of that here.
No, I think the talent in this town, radio and television, I think that it's very, very good in this town. Do you think people know that they get a lot of really good people on the air here?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Because
think it's
they
like
don't have a lot to compare it to. But Tevin is right. You know what? There is nothing worse, I think, than national radio shows now, especially for sports,
Terrible.
where they want to talk about everything. Let's talk about the
Terrible.
Knicks next
Yep.
and the Lakers. And it's like, no. Nobody cares about the Lakers or Knicks right now, at least in this town.
No, you're absolutely right. And I don't understand why they have to do that. First of all, I don't know if I'd ever even listen to a nationally broadcast sports show. What do I care? You're going to talk about everybody but my teams.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, I'm good.
And you don't care about the sports sometimes, like depending on what they transition to. But to go back to your point, in its heyday, you are right, Tom. CCO in its heyday, I tweeted, so I had the Dodgers Twins game on 2 nights ago, and I tweeted, up next, Hobbs House. And nobody knew what I was talking about.
Oh, that's too
Only
bad.
me. Only me. I took great satisfaction in tweeting, I'm waiting for Hobbs House to come on.
Franklin Hobbs, baby. Did overnights on CCO for I don't know how many centuries. But it was a long time. But didn't he do most of his shows from his cabin up north?
He probably did. I don't recall.
I'm pretty sure that's
but
true.
I think he was near the end of his run when I was a kid. But at the time, if the Twins were playing Seattle or the Angels or a team like that, after the game, here comes Hobbs House.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. Now, today's a day game, is it not?
Today is a rare weekday Dodger Stadium day game, yes.
It's interesting. I'm very, very happy to tell you the truth. They almost won the first game, gave it up in, 12 innings, I think it was?
Yes, 12 innings.
5-1 yesterday. That was a hell of a good win, I'm telling you.
You know what's so nice? It's so nice to see the starting pitchers going for this team, deep into games. Ober pitched 6 innings last night, 1 run, 6 hits, and they beat Clayton Kershaw.
I know. That's the other thing. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's a great move.
And they stole as many bases last night, Tom Barnard, as they did in all of April. They stole 4 bases.
That's phenomenal. Clayton Kershaw. I used to play golf with his dad down in Florida.
Really?
Yep, absolutely.
His mom just died.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that.
She died on Saturday. And so he pitched last night, and then I think is going on the bereavement list today.
Oh, that's a tough road. But you know what? It's distraction. So get out there and do your job because your mama died. Yeah, I would probably do that too. I would not skip the game. Take your mind off it, right?
Exactly.
No question about it. But yeah, he's one hell of a talent. There's no doubt about that. Where was he when he first came up? He's not always been with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Has he
He's
really?
always been there.
God,
Yes.
I can't believe it. Because I was thinking about that. Where was he before? And then I thought, well, maybe he was nowhere before. He's always been with the Dodgers. How many years now?
Oh, God, he's probably been, 10?
That's what I'm
10
thinking.
years
I'm thinking at least 10
'cause
years.
I think however long Matthew Stafford has been in the NFL because they went to high school together
That's
and came
right.
out, yeah.
And he won a Super Bowl. So they got some athletes coming out of that joint, I'll tell you that.
But he's, this Twins team, if they can hit, they're going to win the division partially because it stinks. But the thing, too, is I think that with the starting pitching, if they can make the playoffs, which I think that they're probably going to, there is a real chance, and it's a small thing, but it's important, to end the 18-game North American record playoff losing streak, just based on the fact that I think a starter, and I'm not being a smart ass here, can get them through 6 or 7 possibly, and that they'll actually stick with that guy. Nothing drove me more up the bleeping wall than the last time that they were in the playoffs. They played Houston in that 2 of 3 series. I think it was in 2020 at home. And Maeda and Barrios were both outstanding. And if you remember, Rocco hooked them fairly quickly. And he went to the bullpen, and the bullpen coughed it up. And I think now we're to a point where there's been a resolution where if a guy is pitching well, a starter, he stays in. And I think if you do that, you've got a chance to end perhaps the most, or not perhaps, it is the most epic losing streak in playoff history in North American sports.
How many years now? 17?
2000. So last time they won in the playoffs was, 2004? And it's been 18 games.
Jesus. And they haven't even won like a single game in the series. It's not just like they've not won a whole series.
No.
Just a single game. It's
They haven't won one game, and that was the whole 18 seasons, right?
They've been swept out, yes, of every series.
How is that even possible, for Christ's sake?
It's not.
Comically bad.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. It's baseball. It's random enough that you should luck into a win.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. You should luck into a win. You're absolutely right.
Just like accidentally trip on a win.
Yeah, we got to get something going. The Twins are looking pretty good now. They went through that period losing to 2 terrible teams because he couldn't hit the ball worth a damn.
I was saying, it looks like the bats have kind of warmed up here recently, so hopefully that kind of keeps going.
I hope so. I love watching my Twins, and I get to go home today and watch a day game. Sounds good to me.
Exactly. 2 or 3 would be an accomplishment, too.
Oh, God, if they could beat L.A. 2 out of 3.
Dodgers are a good team, so yeah. 2 or 3 would be a nice accomplishment.
And they almost had 2 out of 3 already, but lost it in 12 innings, unfortunately.
Umpires screwed them on Monday
I
night.
couldn't agree with you more. Those pitches weren't even close to strikes.
Well, and the ball that they called fair, was that in the 6th inning? Was in no way did that cross the bag.
You're right, but that's the umpires do that now.
So would you be a fan of going to the electric robot umpires? Because I believe it's in the minor leagues. They do like
Saints.
A lot of the Saints, they do with the electric umpires. Would that be something that you'd be for? Or
no, because I like to chirp at the umpire the entire game. I like to just go after the umpire because you can tell, by the way, because their shoulders get higher and higher as they get more pissed off. They won't acknowledge you, but those shoulders get higher and higher as they get mad.
Oh, I bet.
And then they eject your ass.
And they get out. You get out of the park. You get out of here. Oh man, I love the fact that my Twins are winning some games. That was a big win yesterday, 5-1. That was a big win. LA's good, like you said.
Yep, and Kershaw and I like the fact that on the road they came back from a tough loss and scored 5 runs.
Yes, right. No, you're 100% right. I'm looking forward to watching the game today. And then they go play Anaheim, right?
Yes. Yep.
And Anaheim's not very good.
No, but they do have Trout and Ohtani. So, and I don't
Trout's
know
pretty
if
good.
Ohtani's starting in that series or not. But you talk about 2 guys that should be in the spotlight constantly.
Yes.
Unfortunately aren't, because to your point, the Angels are really they're never that damn good.
No, they're not. And I don't know why that is. You would think a city like that could draw big winners. You would think.
Absolutely. Well, and they certainly have players.
They do. I know. Trout, him hitting that golf ball out of the driving range was. Have you seen the video of that?
Is that the one where he's at Top Golf?
Yeah. Yes.
He just sends it over the fence.
I mean, it was gone, baby. Now, how many yards is that?
It's probably still in the air.
It still hasn't landed.
Now in the ocean?
It's circling the earth.
That's funny. It's still in the air.
All right, Judd, I know you got to go, man. It's quarter to 10 already. Can't believe it.
Oh, boy. Okay. Sounds good. Talk to you tomorrow.
No, I'm not kicking you off. I thought you had to go.
Well, on Wednesdays, Patrick's not on with us. So, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have to be out at 37 or so.
Oh, so
on Wednesdays, I can hang longer, but it might get confusing, and I don't want to cause more confusion.
No, on Wednesdays we'll go to 45 like we did today then.
Perfect.
I'd love to hear it, man. All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you later.
Thanks, Bally. We shall take a break here, be right back, and wrap things up right after this. You know, I've always said you can't count on 2 nice weekends in a row in mid-June in Minnesota. Until then, of course, you know. Well, once again, I've got to get to say this right in front of Brittany. Once again, I'm right.
Oh, shocking.
What better time to lose weight like I'm doing with mnfatloss.com? The program has been great for me. I've lost 20 pounds. Now, I've been mentioning this on the show this morning that I ate 1,400 calories yesterday.
And you do feel hungry?
No, not at all.
Holy buckets.
But the problem is something I ate had a lot of salt in it, but it didn't taste like it.
Yeah.
Because I actually gained a pound yesterday.
You're fine.
I walked 7 miles, I eat 1,400 calories, and I gain a pound.
Okay, but that's not the long term. You got to quit getting hypersensitive.
I'm very pissed off.
Oh, wow.
I want results, damn it.
I want results. Oh, you're getting them. Trust me. Look at your stupid face. You're going to be a skinny legend.
My stupid face. In any case, I've lost 21 pounds. And I've been on the program for about a month now. I'm not feeling hungry. I am feeling healthier, got a lot of energy. And I'm in a much better mood, to tell you the truth. Don't you think?
Yeah, it depends on the day.
Every day I'm in a great mood. Damn it. Got a turncoat. I wouldn't follow a fat loss program that isn't safe because I got to be around for this podcast because the name's on the show. I'm proving that if I can, lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a couple of months, do yourself a favor and check out the program at mnfatloss.com. It is a hell of a great program, and they're very helpful, by the way.
That's awesome.
Of course, results may vary, but I am losing weight. I do feel great. There's no doubt about that. If you want to find out the secret to losing 20 to 30 pounds in just 8 weeks, just like I'm doing, that's about a pound of fat every day. No exercise required. To schedule your free consultation, go to mnfatloss.com. That is mnfatloss.com. Be sure to tell them that Tom Barnard sent you.
This is Bob Sansevier, and I want to tell you about Dave Bialke from Bialke Law. Dave represented my wife, Mary, when she had a significant workplace injury. She was very happy with the job Dave did. If you have a work-related injury and have Dave represent you, I'm betting you'll be happy too. Dave is a down-to-earth guy. He grew up in northern Minnesota, rides a Harley, and worked various jobs doing concrete, electrical, plumbing, roofing, and carpentry work. Dave works for people with work-related injuries. If you work construction, or anywhere for that matter, and you're hurt or even just hurting, you should talk to Dave. Let's face it, our bodies wear out. If your body is worn out from work, if your knees or back or shoulders hurt from things you do at work, do what Mary did. Call Dave and talk to him about it at Bialke Law to set up a free initial consultation. The number to call is 763-571-2410. That's 763-571-2410. Or visit bialkelaw.com. That's BIALKE law.com.
As you know, my friend Mike Lindell has a passion to help everyone get the best sleep of your life. He didn't stop by simply creating the best pillow. Mike created the Giza Dream bed sheets. They look and feel great, which means an even better night's sleep for me, which is crucial for my busy schedule. Mike found the world's best cotton. It's called Giza. It's ultra soft and breathable, but extremely durable. Mike's Giza sheets come with a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. Giza Dream Sheets come in a variety of sizes and colors. Mike's latest incredible deal is the sale of the year. For a limited time, you'll receive 50% off the Giza Dream Sheets. You'll receive a set for as low as $29.98. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio podcast square, and use promo code TOM. There you'll find not only this amazing offer, but also deep discounts on all MyPillow products, including the MyPillow 2.0 mattress topper, MyPillow towel sheets, and so much more. Call 800-516-5146. Use promo code TOM. Or go to MyPillow.com. Make sure you use the promo code TOM.
You get to say it. Say, I'm
back. Welcome.
Tom.
I'm Tom Bernard.
That's what I always do. I'm Tom Bernard.
Tom Bernard. No, you guys had the Chimp Empire person on?
Yeah. He also did My Octopus Teacher.
My name and Chimp in the same.
Oh my God.
Okay.
No, because I saw like a clip of it get posted on Instagram.
Yeah.
Have you watched that show?
No, but I'm really excited to watch it.
It is. So it starts out really, really great, and kind of like at the end, like you wanted to have more of a climactic finish.
The chimps didn't perform the way you wanted them to.
It's not like because you get caught up in it and you're thinking like, oh, this is a scripted show. No. This is really just a documentary about. But it's like extremely fascinating and creepy to watch these like very human like looking animals.
Am I gonna be sad at any point?
Yeah. There's
what
like
are you guys talking about?
The
Chimp Empire. When we did the we interviewed the guy
James Reed.
James Reed.
Yeah.
Oh, so you did watch that?
Yeah, I watched that, and it is like I'll say 8 out of 10.
Okay, so I really want to watch it, but I have this problem. So I was watching this little documentary thing about this lion cub that got rejected from its mom because it had a wonky back leg, and she was trying not to feed it.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually she did give in and feed it, and they like accept it in the pride, and then it died later. Spoiler alert.
Well, what the hell?
And I'm still sad about it.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to watch Chimp Empire if I'm going to cry a bunch.
I think there's only like one major death, and like the sad parts end up getting not so sad because they accept like the chimp back into their little colony.
That's all I want to know. Like, I will watch it if I know, because that stuff sticks with me. I still think about that wonky leg little lion.
But yeah, there's a couple like chimp war battles where like some of them get hurt and like that. But there's only like 2 deaths that are like major that rock the Chimp Empire.
Yeah, no, I've watched shows like that, and they've done a really good job to make it kind of like Real Housewives meet Nat Geo, and I love it and the dynamics. But again, I feel like I have to walk on the side of like child version because I'm not ready to watch them not feed their young child.
Yeah.
Get over it, you big baby.
Okay, shut up.
You heard me. Which one of you sent me this story, you pains in the ass?
Don't look at me.
Because I don't cover it up. When I have to go pee, I'm going to go pee, right?
Yep.
Like most people in radio and stuff, they go, oh, no, I had to run down the hall because I had to post. No, I went down to pee, right?
Yeah.
So I sit down in my chair, and the headline appears, where in the world are men most likely to pee sitting down? Which one of you put this on my screen?
It was not.
Oh, Tom
was
sits
not
down
me.
when he pees.
I didn't send you that.
You did too, you liar.
Is it Rudy?
I don't think so. But I'm a sit down peer, so that's
Okay, well, there you go. See,
Yeah.
I
cannot.
I didn't realize that was an option until I lived with a guy who did that, and I was like shocked.
I don't think I've ever thought of sitting down while
I can't.
pee.
No,
I literally cannot sit down and pee. I cannot pee. I think it's because
You
this
need the
hose
gravity.
goes all the way into the water when I sit down.
Find out how deep the tank is.
I hope everybody saw the face you just made. That is a great face you just
Find
made.
out how deep the tank is.
Yeah, if you got a Ferguson toilet, you might suck that thing right down to the
See?
sewer.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't be on an airplane.
Oh,
Don't.
God.
We can't lose it that way.
No, I don't know why would it be that I cannot pee when I sit down?
Maybe it's like a gravity thing.
I can't.
So wait, do you pee first and then sit down and drop a deuce, or is it all in one when you sit down?
I don't ever do both at once.
What?
What?
I don't.
I feel like anytime I poop, you always pee a little.
I have a question for you. Because I've had 2 hernia surgeries. Do you think that's what kind of sealed everything up on one side or something?
You need that like stretch motion to pee. I don't know, like the body needs to be stretched out. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the second one I had was a very small incision, but the first one I had was when I was 19, so it was many years ago.
It seems like
That gash is like that long.
it's like a C-section.
Kind of.
Basha
yes.
might know why you have to. So
I'm not talking to him.
Tevin, you said you don't pee. I mean, you don't pee. You don't
No,
sit.
just been holding it. I've been
You don't
holding it in
sit
for a
and
while.
pee.
No, it seems like more work to sit down.
So
and pee.
what do you do if you have to poop?
Well, like, okay, in that instance, yes, I'll pee, but that's just because I'm taking a deuce. Like, it's not like.
So that when you do
if I
incorporate
just
it
have
all.
to pee, yeah.
What a classy
Like, if I
show.
had just had to pee,
No,
I'm
I'm
not
interested.
sitting down on a toilet just because I don't know, convenience, I guess.
So literally, you just enjoy the quickness of standing and peeing, and then Rudy wants to take a break. He always sits
Right.
and pees, but you do the both if you have to poop.
Right.
And,
And I
then
feel
you
like-
never do those two things together.
It just won't work.
It's like, yeah, it's like not letting your food touch.
Yeah, there you
Wow.
go. Same story. That's exactly what it is right there.
But yeah, like, and because I feel like if I sat down and peed, I'd take out my phone and then my legs would go numb because I'd be sitting there for
for
20
days.
minutes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, sometimes you sit so long, your legs go numb, but then they cycle back to actually feeling okay again. You're like, wow, I have been sitting
I've-
down for a long, long time now.
Yeah, that's.
I sit down for the cleanliness of it, though.
Yeah, because it does spray
It doesn't
everywhere.
splash up.
That's
I'm
true.
not a big fan of like going to a friend's house, and then it depends on where I'm at. Obviously, like if I'm at a ball game and I walk into a bathroom, I'm just going to stand at a urinal.
Yeah.
But if I'm at home and it's my floor and I don't want it to be dirty, then absolutely.
How
I'm gonna sit
bad is
down.
your aim though? That like
It's not even aim. It's got to be splash up, right?
At my age, I get that little like split tongue,
okay.
snake tongue
Yeah.
thing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want
Two
that.
streams.
Yeah.
Justin I've never seen urine on the seat, so he must be really good at that. I've never
Well, I'd
noticed.
assume he'd wipe it off if he got it on there, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, but I've just
I would
never.
hope.
I've seen no proof of him not being quite efficient. So.
Catherine won't even use the same bathroom I do, and never has.
So funny.
She has her own bathroom, and I have my own bathroom.
Good.
And you guys, would
it's
you
true.
ever like? Either of you guys would pee with the door open and talk to each other while you're
No.
peeing? See, we do
No,
that,
I'm
and
not
we're
doing
fine with that, but we would draw the line at pooping. Like,
yeah, that's my girlfriend has no, like, she'll poop with the door open. And
Oh!
I'm like, nope, I need it. This is my quiet time.
I don't even want my husband on the same floor as me. Like, I'll literally be like, hey, I'm going upstairs. Don't come upstairs. Like, I know that, like, I have to formally, especially with a baby, be like, I need a little break. You need to watch this child. Please don't be within earshot. Like, I just want my privacy and to just know. If I could, I'd drive to a gas station in the middle of the woods and poop there
it's
if
not
I
that
could.
dramatic. Why do you keep dropping off the screen?
It's not me. It's this thing.
I know it's not you. I'm just saying, why does it keep dropping off?
YouTube keeps canceling me.
I'll have to have Andy take a gander at
I
it.
think I look too much like a celebrity, and it's like trademark issues.
You don't look anything like Jackie Gleason.
Well, because she's a stand-up streamer. You need to be a sit-down streamer.
Yeah, that's
Brittany.
right.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Why don't you learn your lesson? That's all I have to say.
Peeing standing up as a woman is terrible.
I gotta believe that's almost impossible, isn't it?
It's not. Nothing's impossible.
Nothing is impossible. Could you pee in a men's urinal?
If I for sure could angle my foot up. I'd have to like angle it up and like really lean over it, but for sure I could.
Okay, we only got 1 minute, so I have to close with this story because it'll piss Bilski off to no end.
Of course.
You've met my friend Kendall Norberg, right?
I always don't. Yeah, I think I finally did it. He was at your non-retirement party, right?
Yes, that's exactly right.
Officially met then.
So Kendall's a very at his office behind him, his desk is a huge picture of a silverback ape.
Of course.
Because he looks just like a silverback ape.
It's ambiance.
He's very big-chested, big, very tough son of a bitch. There's no doubt about that. So I'm not even going to say where it was because it was not the restaurant's fault. But Bilski went to the men's room and he's standing at the urinal. All of a sudden, some guy comes up behind him, and he can't see him, of course, because he's behind him.
Yeah.
Guy comes up, starts dry humping him while he's peeing, and it was Kendall.
That was a visceral feeling.
Those two together, picture the two of them together, and Kendall starts dry humping him at the urinal.
Oh my God!
Isn't that terrible?
Now that you got to watch out for stream
and the
issues.
amount of fear I'm sure that went through his mind initially.
Because he couldn't see it.
I'm in the most vulnerable position right now. I don't know who this person is, and then
I couldn't. Can you even imagine that happening to you?
I can.
Like, what the hell is that?
That not specifically like that. Not that exact scenario happened to me, but when I was at Camp Ripley, I was it was this like after hours bunker thing, and this like high-ranking officer invited us to all hang out, and other people had gone to smoke, and of course I was like, ooh, this is my time to pull up the exact music I want to listen to.
Sure.
So I was like looking Taylor Swift, Britney Spears, Beyonce, because of course we were listening to old man rock at the moment, and
old man rock.
At that moment, all of a sudden I just felt a whole body spoon behind me and start pushing it, and it was that like high. Ah!
Oh, Jude came rushing in. What are you doing, Catherine?
Why are you still on? It's 10 o'clock.
It's 10 o'clock. We're coming up. What?
She looks so crazy.
What the hell are you doing?
I have so many questions. You walk in like a TikTok star with your sunglasses and your little ring light.
Oh.
Hey.
Okay, I'll let you do you.
What did you just bring in here?
She's got a ring light.
Yeah.
For what?
Because these lights are horrible.
Oh, thank God. I'm so glad there are some women in this studio.
Oh, here we go.
I needed this so
Honestly,
bad.
God, now look at her right now. Did she not look just like Kristyn Burtt?
She looked.
You guys look like sisters.
It was a lot of chaos busted through that door.
I was.
Honest, well, there's my life right there in front of you. That's my life.
I was scared.
I got scared too. I got scared too.
I thought somebody came up behind you, started dry.
I love it. Why are you guys still on air? It's 10 a.m. Like.
That's why.
Oh, that's funny.
I love the woman. There's no question about it.
It's perfect. It's a perfect way to end the show.
Okay, well let's just wrap it up with Catherine coming with a dog charging in.
I screamed.
Jesus, and you screamed exactly. All right, we'll talk to you on the Family Show in 15 minutes. We'll talk to you tomorrow on this show. Thank you.